Good afternoon. Welcome to Jackson Hole High School Gymnasium as we wait the start of this one between our arch rivals, the Star Valley Braves of the Jackson Bronx. Girls and boys back to back. Girls tap time right around 6 o'clock. Should be on time with that. And the boys sometime right around 7:30. All the action brought to you by Young Life of Jackson Hole. Young Life, all about teenagers. Jackson Lumber, Jackson's original board store. The McPeak Group, Jackson Hole's premier real estate team. It's Sotheby's International Realty and the Town Square Inns of Jackson Hole, including the Antler Inn, Elk Country Inn, Cowboy Village Resort, and 49er Inn and Suites. For Jackson Hole Radio, I'm Jake Nichols alongside Liam McPeak, Xander Witt, Kimmy K, ready to bring you all the action. How you doing, guys? Been a couple of weeks.
Doing pretty good. Ready to be out here for a great rivalry game.
Yeah, I'm just excited it's Friday.
What do you guys feel when you see the maroon and gold of Star Valley? Do you start grinding your teeth?
I still have a sour taste in my mouth from the football game, so I really hope our basketball team can pull out a win tonight.
That'd be good. That'd be good. We're going to talk a little bit about Star Valley and their mystical hold over Jackson. It transfers through virtually every sport. It's so weird, and it's something we got to shake sooner or later because, you know, this team is in our heads the last decade now, probably. Let's talk girls first. That's the first team we're going to see, and they're under head coach Sean Shockley in his first year returning to the program, and the girls, well, nowhere to go but up. We keep saying it every week. 0-8 on the season, now tracking back through last year, 25 straight losses, ranked dead last in just about every stat. Xander, is there any way to paint a better picture? Offensively, averaging 11 points, that's last. Shooting-wise, last. Defense, last. Rebounding. Actually, rebounding or defense, they're third to last. So, yeah, they've got a ways to go.
I mean, with their first home game in this gym, I mean, they put on one of their better offensive showings this year. So, hopefully being back in the home atmosphere again against Star Valley today will help out the girls and just get some more points on the board tonight.
2 weeks ago, they at least started strong, and they're going to have to do the same because Star Valley, you know, we talked about how good the teams that these girls have been that they've faced. They started the year with two opponents that were and then, you know, played 6 teams that were in sync, like really, really good. And so was Pinedale. And Star Valley, by the record, the girls come in at 4-5, the Star Valley Lady Braves. Not the greatest record, a tick under 500, but they haven't been playing as good as they can, and they still have a really good team, a very athletic team, these Star Valley Braves. I watched them play their last game. They took care of Filer fairly easily. They've graduated a couple top players, but they've got dangerous weapons, and just to a girl, they're very athletic. Maybe not basketball players, but they're really good athletes. It's going to be a tough ask. I don't know. What do you think? Can we score more than 5, I think?
Well, I think they got to get back with the turnovers. We've seen it last game.
Oh, boy.
Both sides, boys and girls, they both had turnovers. I think in the boys, just in the third quarter, they had more turnovers than they did in the first half. Like, they just got to continue to get better at just handling the ball.
You must be ESPNing into our keys of the game because that's one of them. Take care of the basketball. It's probably going to be one every week, but Star Valley loves to steal the basketball. Their top stealer, by the way, not going to play tonight. We'll talk more about who is going to play for Star Valley and drill down a little deeper on this all-time rivalry when we come back. We'll also talk to head coach Sean Shockley. We got a little bit from him as well. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're enjoying the Bronx pregame show on Jackson Hole Radio. No, we're not on the SVI Sports Network. Those guys are right next to us. Jackson Hole Radio. You can tune in SVI Network if you want, but we got the better coverage, I think.
Goes to the red part of the section. He throws it, and he caught it, and he throws it again. He dribbles around the guy. He shoots, puts it up, and boom, goes it out of night. And the white team almost loses the ball, but then they don't. So, crisis averted for the white team. Black team has it. White team is not playing people down like they did before. Oh, It looks like they're lining up to do something. And shoots, and boom goes the dynamite. Oh, he's gonna get more than one shot. Oh, shooting again. And the dynamite does not go boom that time.
Play-by-play is hard. So is Jackson Hole Real Estate. Get a pro. McPeak Group proudly supporting the Bronx on their march toward a state championship.
Back to the Danny Mayer broadcast booth pregame, waiting for the girls to start. We had a chance to talk with head coach Sean Shockley about the girls and whether he thought he saw any kind of improvement, things getting any better. And here's what Coach Shockley had to say.
You know, we watched a lot of film this week over the last couple of games where teams have pressed us pretty hard. And the girls are seeing how close we are to doing things right. You know, there's a little bit of timidness. There's a little bit of I don't get the right spacing I need. I don't always go meet a pass. You know, we worked a lot on fighting pressure with pressure this week, so we're not running away from it, that we're embracing it and getting a shoulder into them and getting an outside hand available to pass to. And, you know, we worked extremely hard against pressure this week. And, you know, I'm hoping it pays off because I do expect Star Valley to, you know, full court man us and probably 1-2-2 trap us throughout, you know, in and out of the game. And, but we're close. I mean, the score isn't reflecting that, you know, because we do have a lot of live ball turnovers. We give up a fair amount of second chance points, but we're closer than a lot of people think.
Yeah, the girls are getting better. And one thing that's so hard to coach into players is the idea that when you're getting pressure, to run to the ball. If you're not the one with the ball, let's say you're the one with the ball and you get double team trapped and you need to find an outlet. You start to panic. You're like, somebody help me. You got to come back to the ball, Xander, right? You can't just run, you know, on the other side of the court and say I'm open, because that person can't get you the ball. You got to get closer to the person with the ball and help them out.
Absolutely. I mean, when you're trying to beat a big press and trap like Star Valley likes to do, I mean, you really got to have a lot of moving around all around the court. I mean, if the ball carrier's sitting there trapped, I mean, there's got to be players coming to come get it, because if not, it'll just be a turnover show tonight. Yeah,
they got to take care of the basketball. We'll talk about that as the keys to the game. Let's talk about some of the things that Coach Sean Shockley has noticed about the Star Valley Lady Braves. Not as good a team as they've had over the last couple years, but they're getting better, and they're very athletic. They love to steal the ball. They don't shoot very well, but they still present certain problems for Coach Shockley and his girls. Here's what Coach had to say about this Star Valley Lady Brave team.
Yeah, they do. You know, the record's 4-5, I think, which doesn't reflect how good they are. I mean, they played a tough schedule, very similar to what we have up to this point in the season. A lot of similar opponents, and you know, they're big and physical down low. They don't shoot the ball well. Knock on wood, of course, that, you know, they shoot 13% from the 3-point line, which isn't a whole lot better than we do. You know, so I mean, if we can control the paints a little bit, keep them off the boards, you know, we'll have a chance to compete. You know, our biggest challenge is, Jake, is the bottom line. You look up at the scoreboard at the end. If we only have 5 to 20 points, we can have a phenomenal night effort-wise, defensively, everything else. And, you know, even not so good teams are going to put up 20 to 30 to 40 a game. So we just have to be better offensively, and you know, that'll give us a lot better chance to compete.
Well, that goes without saying. 5 points for a total score 3 times this season. Yeah, you got to be better offensively, and they're going to need to score a little bit against these Lady Braves. Star Valley loves to get off to fast starts. They, right out of the box, they come out flying. They're athletic, they're physical, good ball movement on offense, and really busy hands. You got to be careful with your passes. Their hands seem to be all over the place in passing lanes. I don't know, Xander. What do you do when you play a team like this?
I mean, when you got a team that's really putting a lot of pressure on you, I mean, all you can do is try and, like I said earlier, just move around, find an outlet pass, and just find the best shot you can. I mean, when you're if you're carrying the ball and you got 2 people on you, you know someone's open somewhere. And if you can just find the open player tonight, then I mean, you're in a good spot to get a lot of good shots and hopefully come out with a win.
Good point. You know, the rivalry between these two teams we'll talk about more when the boys play. But for the girls, that maybe it's the one good thing. I don't know. If these girls, these freshmen and sophomores, have they developed a fear of Star Valley yet? Liam, you're one of the underclassmen. Is it well known by the time you're a freshman or sophomore that Star Valley is your hated enemy?
Well, yeah. Going through sports, they've been dominant for everything, through track, football, basketball, just everything. It's kind of like, it's just a rivalry. Them and Teton are pretty big rivals.
Yeah. Hopefully, I mean, you can't let it get in your head. It's your gym now. You got these girls away from the Crimson Cathedral. Is that what they call it over there in Star Valley? But the job for the Lady Bronx made a little bit easier because there is a player missing out of the Star Valley lineup. Taking a look at the lineup and the numbers in front of you, Xander, if there was one player you could remove from the Star Valley game today and be happy, who would you take out of there?
I mean, just looking at going off stat heights and, I mean, grade level, I mean, Cameron Erickson averaging 12 points a game, 61% from the field, senior. I mean, just looking at it here, I mean, you can tell she's a big leader for this team, does a lot. I mean, both on the offense and rebounding end, just true player. And
Cameron Erickson is insane. She plays a real strong game of the paint. She's only 5'9", but she plays like she's 5'11" or bigger. Like, she is tough in the paint. Anyone else?
I mean, it looks like she might have a sister here in Bailey Erickson. I mean, if you take away two siblings, takes away a lot from a team.
You're going to get 2 for 1 and take out the sister. Say
2 for 1 deal.
Maybe their family went out of town this weekend. It's not the case. It's Kenley Engelhardt who will not play tonight, and that's good news for Jackson because she's kind of the motor for this team. She's a super talented athlete, very good soccer player. The Engelhardt family is all good, and Kenley's kind of lived in the shadow of her older sister Olivia for a couple of years, but Kenley is coming into her own, and she had a breakout game last week. She looked really good, leads the team in steals. She is tough to play against, and I guarantee she would have had double-digit steals tonight if she was playing, and she would have feasted off these poor Lady Bronx. But she will not play today. She's got a hairline fracture of the nose. She took a hand to the face in that last game against Filer, and she's out today and maybe even tomorrow. But we wish Kenley well, the junior. She's going to be missed, but there's a lot of other athletes on this Star Valley team. Star Valley coached by Cade Erickson. They're 4-5 coming in, as we said, ranked number 9. They're coming off that 1-game win streak. They average about 41 points a game, which puts them at 10th. They don't shoot very well. 27% for the field. That's dead last, actually. They don't shoot the 3 very well either. 16%, not very good. But they do everything else well. They play pretty good defense. They rebound pretty well. They do all the things that athletes do. They're just hard to play against. They don't give you a lot of time and space. And that's one thing Jackson girls are still learning how to play when you don't have time and space. There's somebody on you constantly. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back and take a look at keys to the game for this girls game. We're just about 4 minutes away from tap. One more break as we enjoy Bronx pregame show here at Jackson Hole Radio Network.
Hey, I'm Allie Lane from Jackson Hole Young Life. Do you remember what it's like to be a teenager? It can be really tough trying to navigate sports, academics, relationships with family and friends, not to mention the added stress of social media, phones, and screen time. Young Life believes that every teen deserves to know that they are loved and their story matters. Young Life leaders enter the world of teens, focusing on what matters to them: fun, adventure, friendship, and a sense of significance. If you love teenagers as much as we do, there's more info at our website, jacksonhole.younglife.org, to learn more.
Back to the Danny Mayer broadcast booth. Look at the keys to the game. And this one will be up pretty much every time Jackson girls play. Take care of the ball, especially against a team that loves to steal the ball and feast on turnovers. Got to take care of the basketball. That's the number one thing. I mean, wouldn't you think? In football, they tell you that, you know, just don't turn it over.
Absolutely. I mean, you can't score the ball if the ball's not in your hands. And if you're giving it away, then you're not going to be able to get shots up, and you're not going to be able to score. And it trickles down from there. So, I mean, just keeping a hold of it and really just not giving away anything free is just really important in any sport.
Second key to the game, Coach Shockley talked about having a good week of practice where he saw some good things. How do you apply that when you're home? The atmosphere is going to be pretty energized. Star Valley travels well. It's going to be loud in here. How do you take what you heard in practice when you worked on practice and apply it to the game now? Does it all go just flying out of your head when the whistle starts?
Yeah, you know, I mean, you can work on a lot of things in practice, but I mean, once that first buzzer rings and it's time for game time, I mean, you're just out there doing what you know. So in practice, if you're training a lot of things for muscle memory, I mean, it's really easy to apply. It's just as long as you can just keep calm and take care of the ball and just do whatever you can to win.
Keeping momentum too. You just got to keep kind of rolling off what you've done in practice. Like, you've seen really good things in practice. You got to just take the mindset that everything you do in practice that you've done well, you just have to apply it to the game.
Yep. Whatever's going good, you keep that rolling. Whatever's not, you put it behind you and say, I'm moving on from that, and try to forget it. Good point. Final key to the game is find man matchups. This Star Valley team does not shoot well. If you identify one player that is shooting well, whether it's Maddie Hale or Cameron Erickson, maybe you switch up and you play man. I mean, Jackson plays a lot of man, but switch who you've got on whoever's the hot shooter, and that's up to Coach Shockley to identify who you want to stop and get somebody on that player. We'll let the girls introduce themselves as we get right down to the intro. This is the Young Life player introduction. Young Life sponsoring this look at your starting lineup.
Hi, I'm Ashley Chamberlain, a freshman. Hi, I'm Naomi Roper, and I'm a senior. My name is Jim Young Garcia, and I'm a sophomore.
Hi, I'm Zoe Bosch, and I'm a freshman.
Hi, I'm Allison Bergsham, and I'm a sophomore.
Hi, I'm Marlo Strickland, freshman.
Hi, my name is Sofia Vasquez-Baez, and I'm a freshman.
Hi, I'm Lucy Webb, and I'm a sophomore.
Hi, I'm Sierra Johnson, and I'm a freshman.
Hi, I'm Rayna Rose, and I'm a junior.
Hi, I'm Mads Holland, and I'm a sophomore.
Hi, I'm Hayden Block, and I'm a freshman.
Hi, I'm Trinity Green, and I'm a freshman.
Hi, I'm Kat Enke, and I'm a sophomore.
Hi, I'm Hunter Moe, and I'm a freshman.
Start of this one, Young Life opening lineups. Young Life, where teens at Jackson searching for purpose, meaning, and real friendships just might find it as part of Young Life. Well, both teams done with their warm-ups and just about ready to get us started here in Jackson. We just looking for improvement week to week out of this girls team. We're under no impression the girls could get a win here, although we're always waiting for that one win. We've been waiting now 26 games, I think, 26 straight, but why not tonight?
Absolutely. Love to see a big rivalry game tonight go the way that nobody expects, which would just be...
That'd be fun. That'd be fun. I love when they start strong and the whole crowd is into it for a bit. We'll start with the national anthem, and then we'll get these starting lineups to you, the starting five. We're here in Jackson Hole High School Gymnasium. Come on down if you have time and come catch the game. Game time here at Jackson. We got a fresh 8 minutes on the board, and Jackson Lady Bronx in their home whites trimmed in orange and black. Star Valley in their road maroons trimmed in gold, and the age-old rivalry continues. Star Valley certainly had the better of it going back through the years. The all-time matchup between these two teams, in the last 36 meetings, Jackson has won just 6. Got to change things. Who's starting for those Star Valley girls?
Starting with the visiting Star Valley Braves, we got Sheridan Coles, Bailey Erickson, Delancey Brogg, coming off with Maddie Hale and Cameron Erickson.
Maddie Hale, really good. The Brogg girl is really coming into her own. She's looking better and better. And then Erickson, yeah, boy, if you don't account for her, she leads the team in scoring and rebounds. She's tough.
Going to our home Jackson Lady Bronx. Coming up first, the lone senior, number 3, Naomi Roper.
Go, Naomi.
Up next, number 12, the leading scorer, freshman Zoe Bosch. First sophomore out in the starting lineup, number 21, Lucy Webb. Another freshman, number 22, Sierra Johnson.
Those freshmen are the future of this team if they stick with it.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Jake. And last up for the Jackson Lady Bronx, number 25, sophomore Mads Holland.
All right. Both starting lineups out there, and it'll be a tough ask for these girls to hang with Star Valley. Star Valley coming in record of 4-5, not indicative of how good they are. And Lady Bronx, of course, winless in 8 tries, and their final score is probably not indicative of how far they have to go. Sean Shockley he sees improvement every week. We're getting there. It'll be Sierra Johnson tapping with not Erickson, which I'm surprised. At least not Cameron Erickson. Tapping with Maddie Hale, who is the Star Valley's best 3-point shooter, although they really don't have a good 3-ball shooter. They don't. This team does not shoot well from distance. Backdoor pass to a wide open Bailey Erickson fails to materialize, and there for the rebound is Cameron Erickson, and that's what she does. Boards and buckets. You've got to box her out. 2-0 Star Valley. Jackson's first possession, it's Lucy Webb, and she finds a nice cutter. I love the ball movement, a great idea, but the finish wasn't there from Zoe Bosch. That's a good job of being tied up, finding the help, and the help was headed right to the hole. That's a good idea. Erickson with a nice left-handed move in the paint. Can't get it to go, too short. And the rebound, Jackson, Mads Holland comes down with it. So just 2-0. Jackson will get another try here with Lucy Webb. Bounce pass far side to Mads Holland. Holland's pass picked off by Maddie Hale. She wanted Naomi Roper, but Hale stepped into that pass, and Star Valley with their first steal of the night. It'll be the first of many. This Braves team really good at takeaways. Bounce pass inside to Delancey Brogg, and her shot doesn't get there, but she's fouled. First of the game.
First foul of the game for freshman Zoe Bosch.
I don't mind fouls with a team that's maybe a little timid. I mean, you got to be aggressive with Star Valley. They're physical.
Yeah, I mean, with a team that hasn't been shooting too great this year, I mean, sending them to the line with great, great inside looks to send them to the line. I mean, can't really do much more than that.
Good point. Let's see what they can do with the freebie. Second one is in. That's Delancey Brogg shooting the shots, and it's 3-0 Star Valley. Jackson comes up, no pressure here. Braves kind of laying back. Sometimes they'll really press. They're in man. Coach Shockley thought he'd see that 1-2-2 zone sooner or later, but they're manned up right now. Far side losing the handle is Lucy Webb, out of bounds, but that'll be off Bailey Erickson. Jackson ball now. It's Lucy Webb. she gets tied up with Bailey Erickson on her. Needs that help that we talked about, and nobody coming to her. Finally, Naomi Roper makes herself available on the baseline. Back to Zoe Bosch. Bosch near side of the corner to Lucy Webb, way up high at the key. There's not going to be a shot from here. You got to get in deeper. She's getting hounded. Finds somebody open. Mads Hollins off her hand. She can't corral it. And coming the other way, it's Maddie Hale for Star Valley. They're already up 3-0 here, just underway. Bounce pass inside to Erickson. Turnaround move, up and in. She had 2 girls on her. Won't matter. Cameron Erickson, good.
Cameron Erickson with her second bucket of the game, a sight we might get a little familiar with today.
She is a low post player. She loves it down there, and you can double her, triple her. She doesn't care. She'll go left or right, either hand. She's really good down low in the paint.
Yeah, she's 2 for 3 so far.
Yep, she's going to be trouble. I would put your best defender on her and then take your chances with everybody else. Lucy Webb will trigger in right in front of the Star Valley bench. Works it to Zoe Bosch. Bosch way up high here at top of the key. Got her back right to the half-court line. Now she picks up the dribble. You got to be careful when you pick up the dribble. Do it for a reason, because that means you're going to be in trouble. And Star Valley with a steal. Inside, nice left-handed shot by Delancey Brogue. And Star Valley's off on a 7-0 run to start, and a timeout called by Coach Sean Shockley. Going to go over a few things. Wants to stop the momentum a bit. And maybe go over a few early things the girls are seeing. I like that early timeout because the girls, you don't know what you're going to get from Star Valley. You watch film, and then the coach describes to the players what you're probably going to see. But then you wait, and you find out what you really do see. And then you call an early timeout. Coach can say, here's what they're doing.
I think they were really anticipating that trap or a lot more full court pressure to start the game. So
yeah.
I think that man coverage really threw off their flow to start.
Yep. The coach can say, hey, look, they're not pressing us real hard. Take your time. You do have a little bit of time here. Jackson with the ball trailing 7-0, just over 5 to go here in the opening frame. Bringing it across the timeline is Zoe Bosch. Her pass gets partially deflected. Loose ball on the floor now. Jackson will recover. Good job by Sierra Johnson to find the loose change. Good pass to Johnson, and she's up and in. Sierra Johnson.
By Bosch inside.
Freshman to freshman.
Bosch, good job. There's some analysts right there. I didn't see who made the pass. Xander, you did. And then Liam telling me they're both freshmen. I love that. That's why we got you two guys here. That's why we pay you the big money. Star Valley, a long shot wide open is Bailey Erickson. Won't go, though, but Star Valley with a rebound. Nice pass inside, and it's up and in. Cameron Erickson again.
Another bucket inside by Cameron Erickson.
Yeah, she's tearing up a lot of opponents down low like that. Jackson down 9-2. As Sierra Johnson with the ball now. She's got Jackson's only points. Hands up to Zoe Bosch. Now it's stolen away, coming the other way. Star Valley inside. Left-handed layer, no good by Sheridan Coles. And Jackson with a rebound and a whistle here. A timeout to tie a shoot. Shockley halfway out on the court, still trying to do some coaching. 3:53 to go in the first. Jackson trailed 9-2. Their 2 points of really pretty pass play and nice finish by Sierra Johnson. Naomi Roper far side trying to float one cross court. Does. Gets it to Lucy Webb. She tries to return the favor to Roper, but that gets all the way into the backcourt and now stolen away by Star Valley and thrown away by Delancey Brogue. And now a bump. This will be a foul on Bailey Erickson. It is Star Valley's first, her first.
That's her first.
I mean, we've seen Star Valley playing very aggressive, but on that point, it kind of came back to bite them as backdoor. Zoe Bosch throwing it to Sierra Johnson. She just makes the lane.
Mads Holland, top of the key far side, and Naomi Roper at the elbow. Roper works it back to Lucy Webb. Lucy finds Holland here wide open at the baseline. She just tosses an easy pass. Oh, thrown away. Sierra Johnson was looking inside to a cutter, but the pass never materialized. Star Valley with the ball. Another turnover here. Far side, wide open, is Delancey Brogue. That shot no good. Good board there by Sierra Johnson.
Erickson with the miss inside, something that we're not too used to seeing.
Yeah, Erickson with a rare miss. Sierra Johnson, I believe, leads this team in rebounds. I have to go back and check that, but she pulled that one down.
Erickson's 3 for 5 today.
Sharon Morales-Lopez actually leads the team in rebounds with just over 3 a game. Whistle here, and the ball poked loose. That's going to be the second foul on Bailey Erickson quickly, and she'll have to tap out for a minute as we get substitutions. Anna Olenslager into the game, and so is Cambry Johnson. Takes her name from another Cambry, right? Was she a Green River girl? Long 3 from Roper. That was kind of online, but off the glass too hard. Hale with the rebound. Maddie Hale works it up to an open Erickson. She tries something from distance, rattles in and out, no good. Erickson gets her own rebound, and a nice bounce pass inside.
Great pass from Erickson, taking deep shots, finding shots inside, and finding people down low. She's really doing it all tonight early in the first quarter.
Bounce pass in traffic to Delancey Broke, who finished. And it's 11-2, Star Valley with just under 2 to go in the first. Ball poked loose. You got to be careful. Handle the basketball. It's Cambry Johnson who just whacked it away from Lucy Webb, who was holding it over her head. Just too long for Cambry Johnson's liking, and she knocked it loose. Cambry's, whoa, she was wide open for a 3 for a moment, lost the handle, inside pass, kicked back outside, long 3 off the back of the iron, no good. That was Delancey Brogue, and good job by the Jackson girls to make sure it's a one and done as they get the rebound, and here comes the Bronx. Minute 20 to go. Lucy Webb, bounce pass far side, Mans Holland. Look at inside, a Roper was cutting along the baseline. Good idea, just not good execution, just off her hands out of bounds.
A lot of early movement here for the Lady Bronx, something that they can, I mean, if they can keep moving the ball around this well, I mean, they can find some success.
I was just going to say that, very encouraging movement of those who don't have the ball. Good job of making yourself available. Maddie Hale misses the 3, and the rebound is going to be a battle between Erickson and Holland, and now they'll whistle a foul. No. Well, they'll give the ball to Jackson. Mads Holland with it. Under a minute, 11-2. Lady Bronx trail. Star Valley dialing up a little pressure here, trying to trap. Holland with the ball, though, as they get away. Sierra Johnson will turn one loose just off the back of the iron. No good. Maddie Hale with the rebound. Hale to Sheridan Coles. Near side elbow to Cambry Johnson. She'll try a 3. Good. Cambry Johnson off the bench. Hits a 3, something Star Valley really hasn't done all year, and she finds a hot hand. Jackson with the ball, maybe play for a last shot here. Pass inside for Holland, or for Johnson, that got away from her, and here is Maddie Hale again with a steal. Hale, wide open 3, she'll try it. Good. And all of a sudden, Star Valley Braves out of character, making it rain 3 here. Time running out, you gotta hurry. Lucy Webb brings it up. Just launches one.
Great job by the buzzer.
Zoe Bosch, rather. Zoe Bosch at the buzzer makes it 17-5 at the end of the first. Maybe all they need is the pressure of time, the clock, because that was pretty good. We'll take a quick break, be back with the second quarter. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on Jackson Hole Radio Network.
The Board Store, Jackson's oldest business and only true lumber yard in town. Jackson Lumber's hardware people are the best in the business, and they do it right the first time. Jackson Lumber works with people who make a living building, so the tools they sell are definitely the best hand tools and power tools available, with names like Vest Tool, Milwaukee, Makita, Skillsaw, Senco, Fine, and DeWalt. Jackson Lumber, the Board Store at 130 South Grovemont. Call 733-6000, 733-6000.
You're watching and listening to live coverage of Jackson Hole High School sports on KZ95.
Back on the floor, Jackson currently with its high output for the season 5. Well, that's kind of where they've been stuck for 3 games this year, 5. I think we're going to do better than that. Only 1 quarter in, and Jackson has 5.
Absolutely. Just a lot of improvement from this Lady Bronx team. And, I mean, you can't really ask for much more than that at this point in the season.
I'm seeing some things. You pointed out ball movement, Xander, and movement away from the ball by players making themselves open. Star Valley with the ball still moving right to left. Wide open cutter up and in. And
great cut by Sheridan Coles to get herself an easy layup.
Yeah, that was a little too easy.
Mads Holland dribbling. Finds Raina Rhodes in the corner. She doesn't know what to do with it. Over to Zoe Bosch. Back up top to Naomi Roper.
The ball movement's been pretty good here so far.
Absolutely. Just keep looking for that shot. I have total patience here for these Lady Bronx. Raina goes baseline. Loses it. Stays on this end in the possession of the Lady Bronx.
Good possession there, eating up nearly a minute. 7:04 to go. 19-5. Star Valley leads, but Bronx showing some things. Pass into Mads Holland. She does corral it barely, and now Holland thought about handing it off to Roper and instead goes to Zoe Bosch, who just had that 3 to end the quarter. Inside pass, Sierra Johnson with the ball, gets it poked free by Sheridan Coles, and that'll come the other way. Another Bronx turnover. Here's a wide open Delancey Brogue. Thought about the shot, won't take it. Works it to Taya Johnson now. Far side to Cambry Johnson. And to Delancey Brogue. Brogue will reset the offense. Star Valley usually pretty good at putting on a nice weave. They're very good at moving without the ball. Nice backdoor pass, finding the open Delancey Brogue, and she puts one in.
She has not missed from 2 so far.
21-5. Yeah, there's any number of Star Valley players that can get hot. Obviously, Erickson, Maddie Hale can do it, Sheridan Coles, and then you got Delancey Brogue, who has really come on of late. There's Roper, far side. At the baseline, goes top of the key for Zoe Bosch. Puts on a nice move. I thought she was going to walk right around her player, but she lost the handle. And it was the beginning of a nice move there by Bosch. Star Valley making big substitutions. 5:46 to go in the half. 21-5. Braves lead. Jackson will send in Lucy Webb, and she'll replace Naomi Roper. So you get real young now. There's your only senior who will sit. Zoe Bosch to trigger in. Zoe looking for somebody and finds an open Lucy Webb. Webb has it knocked away from her by Sheridan Coles. Star Valley thought about running, now pulls up. Now they're going to run, and they'll wish they didn't, as that pass got away from Bailey Erickson out of bounds. Turnover, Star Valley.
Just what you were saying with Roper coming off the floor. It's an all underclassmen 5 out there.
It should be. Yeah, it should be a JV team, absolutely, if not a freshman team, and they're playing varsity. So that's encouraging in 2024 and 2025. But here in 2023, it's tough. You got to take your lumps on many a night.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the freshmen that you see on the bench out there are actually played in the freshman game and maybe even the JV game.
Yeah, yeah, and they're right back. Yeah, and Coach Shockley said they even had to cancel a JV game because he needed the girls to either play freshman or varsity, and they didn't have enough to play JV. That's how tough it's gotten. 21-5. Jackson with the ball. Zoe Bosch brings it across the line. Zoe works it near side here to Brianna Rhodes. Now to Holland. Holland far side finds an open Bosch. Oh, she's quickly double teamed. She'll put up the shot. No good off the edge of the backboard. Star Valley with the ball. On the rebound by Delancey Brogue. Now it's work near side. Open look off the back of the iron. No good. Sheridan Coles misses the 3. And the Bronx with the rebound. One thing you can do, though, is crash the boards. Work the glass, because Star Valley does not shoot well. So you figure they're going to miss some. Somebody needs a rebound. Jackson's done that well so far.
Star Valley here in the 2-3 zone. See if you can find a shot possibly in the corner. Great pass over to Lucy Webb.
Yep, Webb bounce pass to Rihanna Rhodes, back to Webb. Those two giving pass to each other. Now bounce pass top of the key. Look out, and Zoe Bosch lost the handle. And fast break the other way. Shot no good as Cameron Erickson with a rare miss. Star Valley with the ball. They'll reset, though, on the offensive board. Hale to Erickson. Erickson wants a cutter. Now she'll work top of the key to Bailey Erickson. Cameron out high. Now there's that cutter, and that shot just missed. Maddie Hale. That's what Star Valley does well, and it's good Jackson gets a taste of it. There's good ball movement. If you're playing man, it's hard to stick with your man. You got to figure out who's moving, who's getting open. Rihanna Rhodes picks up her dribble, now works it to Bosch, far side, open look, and just won't go for Lucy Webb using the glass. That would have been 3, but she just couldn't quite get it. Inside to Hale, and she has an easy one for Star Valley, 23-5. Kat Ankeny getting ready to check in for Star Valley. They have the basketball, and it's Zoe Bosch. Pass intended for Sierra Johnson, but picked off. Cameron Erickson coming the other way. She'll feed baseline to Bailey Erickson. Now top of the key to Hale. Far side at the angle is Brogue. Now really good ball movement. Top of the key 3. Sheridan Coles, no good. I think that's her second miss from distance. Erickson will try one. That won't go either. Star Valley in a little cool spell here with the shooting. Bailey Erickson waiting for a cutter. Had one, but she's going to take it herself. Had a nice play there by Zoe Bosch to make the clean block. No whistle.
For a team shooting as bad as they are from 3, Star Valley is not hesitant to put up the long ball today.
Keep trying.
Absolutely. Of course.
Uh-oh, loose ball there. Got away from Lucy Webb, taken the other way by Hale. As she works back, long 3 there off the back of the iron. No good by Delancey Brogue. It's her first miss from the field, maybe?
Yeah.
And now, I think neither coach, well, certainly Coach Erickson for Star Valley doesn't like what he's seeing. His girls have hit a real dry spell with the scoring. We're stuck at 23-5, have been for a while. And we'll stay right here with 2:13 to go in the half. Boys game coming up next. It'll be a big one. Big showdown. Those two teams, Star Valley and Jackson, are neck and neck in the rankings. Kind of flip-flopping. One will be ahead of the other, and now it's Star Valley, I think, ranked 4th. Jackson 5th. Is that right?
Yeah. Jackson just got bumped down to 5th, and Star Valley coming in at 4. Just interested to see with such a tight matchup in the rankings, just to see who comes out on top tonight. 2 teams with a lot of size. Yeah,
they're so close in so many statistics. When we look at that boys game, we'll go over them, but they're really tight everywhere you look. And for one of the first years I can remember, Star Valley has the height to go with Jackson. They can go toe-to-toe if you want to play down low. They got some real length to that team. Both teams come out of the timeout here, 23-5. Jackson been stuck on that number right after I said we would do better than 5 this time out. I should not jinx the girls. Jackson basketball.
Webb will take it up. Still waiting on her first bucket of the game.
Lucy picks up her dribble, bounce pass far side, Sierra Johnson. Johnson works it inside of Mads Holland, top of the key, Roper. Roper looking around, not much to see. Lucy Webb, she's guarded closely. Webb, like taking care of the ball, because Star Valley will swat at it. Roper works it far side, Rihanna Rhodes. She tries a basketball move, and that's going to just get it out to Mads Holland. Holland thought about a 3. She'll take it. 2 girls on her and can't draw iron. Nice save by Rhodes. Not quite, though, as Rihanna tried to knock it back inbounds, but could not. Minute 36 to go. And a fruitless trip for the Bronx, but showing some things there offensively. Here's Cameron Erickson. Her pass to Cambry Johnson. That's going to be an over and back as she tracks it down in the backcourt. So Jackson will get the ball on the Star Valley turnover.
both these teams really stalling out on offense, just really tight D by both teams, putting on a lot of pressure, causing a lot of turnovers.
It's the one thing Jackson does that keeps them out of the bottom is that defensively they're better than 2 other teams, so that's encouraging. And Star Valley's always been good defensively. Pass to Mads Holland off her hands. That's coming the other way. Cambry Johnson bounce pass to Hale, works it inside, and the ball just out of bounds. It'll stay in possession of Star Valley. Bailey Erickson will trigger in just underneath her own basket. She finds an open Maddie Hale. Hale works it out top of the key to Cambry Johnson. Johnson bounce pass far angle to Bailey Erickson. Cross court, Erickson kicks it out nicely. Hale will try the 3, no good. Boy, that Cameron Erickson just so smooth. She identified the open player, Maddie Hale, kicked it right out to her. Even though you get the idea, Cameron Erickson, whatever she wants, can back her opponent right up to the basket and then a turnaround hook and probably make it go. But she kicked it out to Hale, who was open.
Real selfless play, finding the open shot.
Yeah.
Great teammate.
Roper gets a little bit of a screen from Holland, works it far side. Rhodes will try a baseline 3. That's just short. Erickson with the rebound, but threw it away. On the steal, Lucy Webb. Lucy Webb picks up a lot of company and gets it out to an open Holland. Poke free, stolen away by Cambry Johnson. That's her second steal. Cambry real good at swatting it loose. Now, boy, if that's not a travel, it's a foul. It's Maddie Hale who coughed it up. She is interfered with, though. Naomi Roper, her first. Only the team's second. Both teams with only 2 team fouls here as the half winds down. 20 seconds to go in the half. Cambry Johnson. Over to Maddie Hale, back to Johnson. They play pitch and catch, top of the key. Now they work it near side, baseline. Holland watching Erickson. Again, Hale and Cambry Johnson. Johnson now tries to find a backdoor cutter, Bailey Erickson, but good defense by the Bronx to poke it loose. A turnover, and now 1.5 seconds. There'll be no time here, and that's how the half will end. So with 1 half of play in the books, it's Star Valley 23, Jackson 5. We'll be back with a halftime show on the Jackson Hole Radio Network.
Experience Jackson Hole like a local while staying at the Antler Inn, Elk Country Inn, Cowboy Village Resort, or 49er Inn and Suites. With the best entertainment, dining, shopping, bars, and brews all in walking distance, you'll never want to leave. Call 1-800-4-TETONS or find them on the web at townsquareinns.com.
Let's get back to the live action on KZ95. Here's Jake Nichols.
Back here at the half where the Star Valley Lady Braves lead the Jackson Lady Bronx 23-5. We'll go over a few things we've been noticing at halftime. By the way, halftime of the boys game, we will make sure that we live stream and broadcast the dance team. They're headed for state competition in Casper. So is Star Valley. They're cadets. I don't know if Star Valley's here to do their thing, but our girls are, and we want to make sure we get that to you. And we wish them luck at state. So what do the stats look like, Liam? Not a whole lot for Jackson, but I love Zoe Boss there with a 3 at the end of the quarter.
Yeah, well, both teams shooting the same from 3 with 20%. The Braves have doubled the 2 field goal percentages in Jackson with 53.3% and Jackson only at 25%. Jackson definitely leads them in turnovers, 26-14. But so far, Jackson has been out rebounding them, with Sierra Johnson having what seems to be 4 rebounds so far.
That's good. Sierra is a good rebounder. She is pretty good at that. Boy, 26 turnovers at the half.
Yep.
That's a lot. Yeah, that's difficult to overcome. How many Cameron Erickson leads Star Valley in scoring, I would think?
Nah, actually, Delancey Brogg.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cameron Erickson, came out with a really hot start, but I mean, there in that second quarter, the whole Star Valley team couldn't score. And I mean, Erickson seemed to be looking more to pass than anything else.
Well, she did.
Does not seem to be going Star Valley's way so far. I expect her to take a heavier load here in the second half.
Yeah, she could. I get the idea she could take control again when she wants, but she realizes it's probably a chance to get other players involved tonight and just wants to see what she can do. I applaud her unselfishness, and right now, the rest of the team not doing much other than Delancey Brogg. Yeah, they're just not shooting well, and they really don't all season long. Boys out there doing some warm-ups as we get ready for the start of the third quarter. And once again, the girls, Jackson girls trail this one 23-5 at the half. We'll come back and maybe we'll hear one more word from Coach Shockley regarding these Lady Broncs, who've got their work cut out for them this season. Tough season last year on a long losing streak, and this year, boy, I don't know when or if that W is coming, but certainly these kids are getting experience to be able to play at varsity level. It pays off in a year or two, right? Tell me it does, guys.
With a team that's so young, you expect to, this year you're just looking for a lot of improvement, a team that's really looking to rebuild. And, like you said, come 2024, 2025 in a few years, this team could really, really make an impact and be a competitive basketball team just with how young they are.
I saw some cool things in the first half, some players getting open, doing basketball type things. Now you just got to get shots to fall, and you got to take care of the ball when people are poking at it. And I just wish girls would learn, and it seems to be mostly girls, they just pick up their dribble for no reason. If you're dribbling the ball, you're a threat, and you can't be guarded too carefully, unless you're not a great dribbler. But once you pick up the dribble for no apparent reason, now all of a sudden you got 2 players on you trapping you, and you got to find somebody open. It gets really problematic. Keep dribbling until you see the person you want to pass to, if you can. Sounds easy, but when you got the Lady Braves out there in your face, maybe not so easy.
Yeah, they're used to having a lot of pressure in their face with a lot of half-court traps, which sometimes can cause you to pick up the ball. But in this game, quite relaxed defense compared to what we typically see from Star Valley. So
definitely,
to keep that dribble going, keep your triple threat ability of being able to dribble, pass, and shoot is just really huge for this Jackson team going into the second half.
Yeah, Lady Braves have not ramped up that defense. They have not pressed super hard. That is the one positive. We'll be right back with more in the start of this third quarter. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on Jackson Hole Radio Network.
He runs across, goes to the red part of the section. He throws it, and he caught it, and he throws it again. He dribbles around the guy. He shoots, puts it up, and boom goes the dynamite. And the white team almost loses the ball, but then they don't. So crisis averted for the white team. Black team has it. White team is not playing people down like they did before. Oh, it looks like they're lining up to do something. And shoots, and boom goes the dynamite. Oh, he's gonna get more than one shot. Oh, shooting again. And the dynamite does not go boom that time.
Play-by-play is hard. So is Jackson Hole Real Estate. Get a pro. McPeak Group proudly supporting the Bronx on their march toward a state championship.
Let's get back to the live action on KZ95. Here's Jake Nichols.
Back to Jackson Hole High School. These Star Valley fans travel pretty well. They got these stands packed over here. I like to see some Jackson fans show up. It is jammed over on the visitor side of things.
It's going into the student section. We'll have conflicting student sections tonight as the Jackson Moose High School team also has a home game starting at 7:30. So,
okay. Both these girls and boys, by the way, travel immediately tomorrow morning. They got to be on a bus bright and early and make the 3.5-hour trip to Green River to take on the Wolves. And the Green River, not the teams they were in last year or the year before. Both the girls and boys have graduated a ton. They're both beatable, in my opinion, both playing under 500 basketball. But still, that's a tough back-to-back deal. I don't know. I can't remember when I was in high school. It doesn't seem like I needed a whole lot of rest. Are you going to be all right getting on a bus tomorrow morning early?
I mean, I'm sure they'll come out tomorrow and do their thing in Green River. But, I mean, you know there will be some tired and sore bodies on that bus ride. But, I mean,
yeah,
nothing a little Advil and caffeine can't fix going into that game.
Fueled by Advil and caffeine.
Absolutely.
Well, the girls are trying to build on a few things they learned in practice. They've been working on in practice, most of it concerning taking care of the basketball, beating the press. We mentioned they haven't seen a ton of pressure, so time to work on plan B, which is making shots go down. I've seen a few good things by this girls team, making themselves open, moving the ball around with passing and getting off some good shots. They just got to get them to go.
Yeah, you know, they're moving the ball around a lot better than I saw in the Teton game, which is the last time I've seen these girls play. So, I mean, a lot of great shots are going up. They're just not falling so far. But, I mean, when you're getting the shots up you want, you just have to hope they fall. And if they're not, there's not a lot you can do to control that.
Yeah, I mean, the turnovers do not speak for how they've been moving the ball.
Yeah, a lot of those turnovers. Yeah. Well, not too many have happened in the backcourt. And that was the thing against Teton. It seemed they couldn't even bring the ball up, and all of a sudden they had lost possession. Now at least they're getting the half-court offense set up. They're trying to figure some stuff out, and then they're getting a little careless with the passes. But improvement. And I saw the Pinedale game. It's hard to judge. The Pinedale girls, oh my goodness. I got to tell you guys, if you haven't seen them, they could beat some 3A boys teams, I think. Pinedale girls are really good. And I don't envy the schedule for these Lady Broncs. They have had a tough stretch, 6 teams, and a couple of them undefeated. And we're still yet to see Cody. Holy cow, the Cody Phillies.
You know, with such a young team, they're under enough pressure already, just being freshmen and sophomores, having to play up at the varsity level. So, I mean, just being under the pressure of, just facing these great teams, it's just really tough.
I like where we are timing-wise. If all the other girls are good now, maybe they won't be in 2 years. They'll be on the downswing, and we will be on the upswing. That's how I see it go. We're going to switch sides. Star Valley will be moving left to right here, although the girls haven't figured that out yet. Star Valley does. 3 of their 5 players know that that's the case. Jackson's still wearing their home whites, trimmed in black and orange. And Star Valley in their road colors, maroon and gold. And just about ready to start this second half. 23-5, Star Valley leads. Jackson will begin with the basketball. Inbounds pass coming from Zoe Bosch. Bosch at the half court in front of her own stance. Works it to the back court to Lucy Webb. Webb dribbles up on Hale. Now pulls up and looks for an outlet. It's going to be a bounce pass to Zoe Bosch. Bosch to Roper. Roper gets a nice screen from Sierra Johnson. Doesn't make great use of it. Now a scramble for the ball, but Jackson up with it. Good job to play strong, play physical with a very physical and athletic Star Valley team. That one through the legs of Naomi Roper and out of bounds. Another turnover for the Lady Broncs. 7:34 to go here in the third quarter, just underway here in the second half. Sheridan Coles, bounce pass inside to Erickson, who backs her man up and puts it up and in. And that's Cameron Erickson. You got to feel is just money when she wants it, and puts that one in to make it 25-5.
Just like we were talking about at half, Cameron Erickson already coming out and asserting her dominance down low.
Yeah, she just backed Sierra Johnson right up to the basket and then turned around and made a shot over the top of her. Naomi Roper to Sierra Johnson back out top of the key. They'll reset Zoe Bosch. Bosch Poked at and now poked free momentarily. Yes, the steal made by Bailey Erickson, who goes coast to coast with the easy lay-in. That was all Bailey Erickson. I thought maybe Zoe would secure that. She just did lose it. Bosch now kicks it outside of Roper. Now to an open look three. No good from Lucy Webb. Good idea. She was the open player. I like that. Take the shot if it's there. And then Sheridan Coles just shows you how easy it can be as she goes end to end by herself with a lay-in. 29-5 Star Valley. Bronx will slow it down a little bit here with Sierra Johnson to Mads Holland inside to Roper. She's given away a few inches there to Erickson. Doesn't like that matchup. Comes out to Mads Holland. Holland backs her way to the bucket. Now to Roper on the baseline. Watched closely by Cameron Erickson, who takes a swat at it. Threw it away. Pass intended for Zoe Bosch. Never got there. Stolen by Star Valley. Bounce pass inside. Shot up and good. Delancey Brogue. And hold on, says Coach Shockley. Not the way I wanted to start.
Yeah, Delancey Brogue has not missed a shot from two today.
I think she missed a three, maybe. I remember her missing one, but yeah, she's been.
2 threes. She missed 2 threes.
She's been good. Delancey Brogan. She had a slow start to the season, like a lot of these girls. I'm surprised they're 4-5, but they do play a very tough schedule, and they just looked a lot better against Filer last week. They look pretty good tonight, even without Kenley Engelhart, the junior. Yet to see Jordan Horsley. Saw a little bit of Taya Johnson, who will get some playing time. Saw a little bit of Anna Olenslager. We'll see him probably by game's end. Star Valley with the, or Jackson with the ball now. Just under 6 to go in the third. Jackson still stuck on that 5. They had 5 at the end of the first quarter. That almost was a nice crossover dribble by Zoe Bosch, but had it stolen.
Bailey Erickson picking up the weight on the steal end with the missing Kenley Engelhart today.
Yeah, she is. She's becoming she's just channeling Engelhart. That almost worked, though, that Zoe Bosch. She had a nice idea to cross over, almost, but that hand got in there. It was close.
Oh, Sierra Johnson screaming for it down low, does not get the ball there.
Lucy Webb is too busy battling with Hale, and now another Bailey Erickson steal and layup. Bailey Erickson averaging 2 points a game, has tripled up on that at least.
Yep, she's got 6.
Man, 35-5 Star Valley. Jackson with the ball. Zoe Bosch got Bailey Erickson all over her like glue. And now a pass intended for Lucy Webb is knocked out of bounds. I think Hale got a hand on it. Jackson will retain possession right in front of the scorer's table. Lucy will trigger in. Webb looking for somebody. And now works it back court to Zoe Bosch.
Another, not quite a steal.
Erickson thought she was off to the races. Now kind of looking at the ref saying, why not? Brianna Rhodes will check in. She'll replace Zoe Bosch, the freshman. And it looks like we got Harley Rommel in there, seeing her first action for Jackson as well.
Another freshman.
They're all freshmen, right?
Yeah.
At this point. Unbelievable. Maddie Hale gets it to Johnson. Now quickly inside Erickson. She backs 2 defenders in and then finds a backdoor cutter. It's Maddie Hale, the senior, who puts it up and in. And Erickson, there's nothing she can't do, from rebounding to assist to scoring. 37-5 now, Star Valley lead. Bounce pass into Mads Holland. She'll try a little 12-foot shot. Won't go. Right off the front of the iron. There's Erickson with the rebound. Team leading rebounder. Her pass just too tall for Sheridan Coles, out of bounds. Turnover to Star Valley. Jackson ball. And good news is Bailey Erickson's going to take a seat for a minute. And maybe Lucy Webb can get back to dribbling. Well, she brings it across the timeline. She's got Hale on her now, Maddie Hale.
Picking up that dribble early, just like you were saying.
Yeah, didn't need to. You're so far away from the basket. You're not going to shoot there. You're only going to pass, and if nobody's open, it just gives the defense a chance to smell blood. Inbounds pass coming from Zoe Boss. Zoe looking around. She has a half-court, had a backcourt Rihanna Rose. Now she just bangs it off a Hale as she got tired of waiting for somebody to get open. She'll try it again. Zoe, nobody able to come free. Rihanna Rhodes finally does to help her out. Rihanna gets a nice pick there from Mads Holland. Now works it to an open Rommel. Rommel taking a little dribbling trip here to the top of the key. Nice move. Puts it to Holland. Holland works it inside. Almost stolen, but puts up a shot. No good. On the backside was Rihanna Rhodes. She got out-rebounded. And Star Valley with it. Cambridge Johnson was the one who came down with that board. That shot no good by Star Valley. And now down to the deck is Sierra Johnson.
Can't go down like with the ball like that.
Yeah.
Travel every time.
I'm not sure why she went down for a minute. I didn't see anybody touch her. I thought she was hurt. She seemed to fall on her own, but yeah, that's going to pick up the travel. Star Valley with the ball. Hale works it inside to Erickson, kicks it back out, and boy, she's so good at that. An open three, no good though. Cambry Johnson short, but Star Valley with a rebound. Delancey broke all the way back to the top of the key, reset. Hale calls out the play and gives it to Erickson. Or sorry, that's Anna Olenslager. Now far side baseline drive and a good defense there to shut it off as Maddie Hale was driving baseline, got some help, and that was shut down.
Yeah, Erickson brings a lot of attention down low, which, I mean, leaves a lot of shooters open on the wing, which she's been doing a great job at finding here today, although shots have just not been falling on the perimeter for Star Valley.
I think it was Kat Ankeny who came over to help out, and Erickson ran out of room and went out of bounds. Jackson with the ball now, trailing big. Rommel here, top of the key to Sierra Johnson. Lost it momentarily, gets it back. Johnson finds an open Ankeny. Kat guarded closely by Olenslager. Now she'll try some dribble here. Okay, I like that. And Erickson reaches in and grabs the ball. That'll be a jump. And the possession arrow is in Star Valley's favor, but we flip the arrow here at least. Naomi Roper checks in for Rommel. Sheridan Coles in for Cameron Erickson. She gets her first rest. 2:35 and counting in the third. Jackson trail 37-5. Good bounce pass inside to Olenslager. Her shot no good, and a nice board by Sierra Johnson to make sure it's a one and done for Star Valley. Jackson with the ball. Johnson pulls up out to Rihanna Rhodes. Rhodes works the dribble in, loses the handle, gets it back. Good job tracking the ball down, and now officially does lose it to Sheridan Coles. Coles bounce pass far side. Olenslager. She'll take a little trip out. Or sorry, that was Delancey Brogue. Brogue with the ball now just out of bounds. She was over in the corner, and Delancey Brogue dribbles the ball out of bounds. Substitutions now. Taya Johnson in, along with Katie Dandridge, her first action. Cambry Johnson sits. Jackson ball, minute 50 to go in the third. They trail big, trying to just put together some points here and get some shots. They're getting open looks every once in a while. Naomi Roper with the ball now, top of the key. It's good athletic save there by Zoe Bosch, another one of those future freshmen of the team. Works the Ankeny, now back to Roper. Naomi Roper looking around, not much movement, so she'll try something herself. Fires to an open Sierra Johnson. Back to Bosch. Bosch picks up a double team. Kick to Rhodes. That's what you need to do. But Rihanna is short with the three. But a good job. That was Bosch trying something, attracted the double team, kicked it out to an open three, and that's how you play basketball.
Absolutely. With no shot clock, no reason not to be patient out here. And yeah, I mean, great movement, great ball facilitating, and great shots. Just did not fall for the Bronx.
37-5. We're down to the last 70 seconds of the third. Star Valley with the ball. Taya Johnson works it far side to Katie Dandridge, the junior who has just checked in. Now Brogue to Dandridge to Taya Johnson. Johnson has Rhodes on her. Baseline drive there by Sheridan Coles. Now a shot put up, no good. Rebound, scramble, and it'll be Star Valley and a foul as Dandridge shot failed to connect, but she'll pick up the harm, and it'll be on Allison Burcham, who got into the game somehow. I didn't see Burcham check in. You got to recognize her by her kicks. Sporting the blue kicks. First free throw from Dandridge is good.
See Bosch check out of the game. That might be her first break today.
48 seconds. It's 38-5. That shot from Dandridge, no good. Rebound is all the way back out to Delancey Brogue. And now Sheridan Cole's shot, and she won't get that up because there's another foul. Kate Ankeny, her first, team third. It'll send to the line Sheridan Cole's a 42% free throw shooter, and she's got the first one. 39-5 now, Star Valley. With a win tonight, Lady Braves could even their record at 5-5. The back half of the two, no good, and the rebound, Brianna Rhodes. Rhodes brings it up. Out to Lucy Webb. Lucy Webb guarded closely by Katie Dandridge, and to Roper now. Naomi Roper pulls up, finds Ankeny here at the baseline, but boy, as soon as the ball gets out to you, here comes the Star Valley Brave. They're really quick to get out on their man, even out on the perimeter. They don't even want to give you a three. Roper with the ball now.
See if they bring it down to the shot clock here, winding down.
That three put up, and that's a bit of an open look there, but it won't go for Allison Burcham, and that is the end of the third. So after three, it's Star Valley 39, Jackson 5. We'll come back with the final 8 minutes of this one, the fourth quarter coming up. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on KZ95 and the Jackson Hole Radio Network.
Jackson Lumber, the board store, Jackson's oldest business and only true lumber yard in town. Jackson Lumber's hardware people are the best in the business, and they do it right the first time. Jackson Lumber works with people who make a living building, so the tools they sell are definitely the best hand tools and power tools available, with names like Vestool, Milwaukee, Makita, Skillsaw, Senco, Fine, and DeWalt. Jackson Lumber, the board store at 130 South Gromont. Call 733-6000, 733-6000.
This is KZ95 with live coverage of the Jackson Bronx.
Back to the action. I can think of so many things you can work on in a game like this for Star Valley, a team that has their hands up all the time and swiping at the ball. Something as simple as a bounce pass. Sometimes you're not used to passing the ball with one bounce, and I've seen the girls do it a few times. That's something to work on and get better at. I love it. Love to see
just keep switching things up, give them different looks as Jackson looks for their first bucket since that first quarter buzzer beater by Zoe Bosch.
Rhodes almost commits an over and back, but saves it. Rihanna finds a little help as she got in trouble, but Zoe Bosch lost the handle, and now a tie-up, and Jackson will retain possession here with the arrow. Well, maybe not. As Lucy Webb, I'm pretty sure, was in a jump ball there, and I thought...
It changes at quarter two.
Oh, it does? You're kidding.
No, that's part of the jump ball.
How is that fair?
Learn something new every day.
I did not know that.
He had it at quarter.
So, yes, our camera operator informs us that the possession arrow is just always in favor of Star Valley because that's who they are. It's not exactly what she said. It's not an exact interpretation, but that's what it sounds like to me. Totally unfair. Here's Rihanna Rhodes with the ball. Rhodes pulls up at the top of the key. Long three there from Webb. Won't go. Just short. Rebound. Pulled down by Bailey Erickson. She has been a nightmare. Works it into Cameron Erickson. I don't know if there's a relation there, but they both play some pretty good basketball. Long three there is too short from Hale. She is their top three-ball shooter, and she missed that. Coming the other way, Lucy Webb, and she gets The shot blocked by Cambry Johnson, but I think she might draw the foul. No.
Not quite.
She commits the foul. Lucy Webb almost had a breakaway there, but she got tracked down. This Braves team, very athletic. They will run you down. They run well. Ball off the hands of Cambry Johnson. Picks it up, though. Olenslager into Erickson. Back out to Hale. Look at this ball movement inside of Cameron Erickson.
Great
and she
passing
makes it.
from the Star Valley Braves. Gets Cameron Erickson a great look down low for her bucket.
Really good ball movement. It's tough to stick with that. They are moving it quickly. Over the timeline, Zoe Bosch.
Cameron Erickson,
far side.
50% from 2 today.
She has been good. Rhodes was looking for Bosch, but that pass picked off. Here comes Hale the other way, Maddie Hale. She'll pull it back outside now, and then back inside Erickson. Nice pass from Olenslager.
Another basket for Erickson, very dominant on the game with her 12th point of the game, being the leading scorer today.
Zoe Bosch has the ball poked free by Bailey Erickson. And Erickson, yes, she has been the new Kenley Engelhardt.
Seen a lot of steals from her today.
She is busy. I'm telling you, as good as Bailey Erickson has been at it today, Kenley Engelhardt is even better. Just stealing. And there's another steal from Bailey Erickson, a steal machine. She'll take it herself, gets tied up with Zoe Bosch, and I think Zoe had finally had enough of the Erickson steal and layup show. And she said, not this time. I'm going to make you do it from the line, although neither team is in the bonus. That's just the 5th team foul for Jackson. 3rd on Bosch, though. A nice little inbounds play there from Cameron Erickson is good again. 45-5, 40-point lead for Star Valley. Zoe Bosch looks to the bench, sees if there's some kind of play on, and looks to work it into Rhodes. Rhodes, a nice cut, but she never did get the pass there. And now far side, Sierra Johnson in trouble. Out to Lucy Webb. Webb just kind of shoves Maddie Hale out of the way, but now she's tied up again. Mads Holland, top of the key. Swipe at it from Olenslager, can't grab it. Holland will dribble into the paint, now kick it back out. Lucy Webb, look out. Webb avoided the steal, gets it over to Sierra Johnson, who just missed. Good idea. Good job by Webb as they were attacking her, and she found an open man, but the shot doesn't go. There's a wide open Olenslager. Backdoor rattles in and out, no good. Rebound fought for. Tie up, and no.
Travel.
Travel, boy, I would have just let him jump ball that. Of course, the possession would go to the Braves anyway. And they're going to call it. That's a tough call at travel. Neither player really had possession, so who traveled?
Looked like she might have rolled over just a little bit to give him that travel.
4:35 to go. 40-point lead for Star Valley. They have the ball, and
entire platoon squad for Star Valley after that travel.
Yeah, they're going all bench, and there's Kaylee Lesberg, the sophomore, who committed an up and down, but no, she's fouled. Lesberg got some length to her. We don't have numbers on her. She looks pretty tall for a sophomore. She'll go to the line where she's a 40% free throw shooter and misses that one. Clock is, oh, I guess we got running clock. I was about to say. Clock is still going. Second one, no good. Good rebound pull down there by Allison Burcham. Jackson with the ball. It's Lucy Webb. Hands off. Nope, not yet. She didn't. Lucy. Inside pass to a cutter. That was a good idea, but there to defend was Kaylee Lesberg. The idea was to find Zoe Bosch cutting down there in the paint, but Leesburg came in to help out, but she will draw a foul for that help. Inbounds pass to Burcham. Allison hands off to Lucy Webb. Lucy Webb right here at the angle, near side. Bounce pass back to Burcham. Burcham puts a move on and tries to get past her mark. Can't do it. Now it's Lucy Webb. Webb with the ball, needs help. Renner Rhodes tries from behind to come and help her, but now it's worked out to Sierra Johnson. Johnson, you've got to dribble to go there, Sierra. She gives it to Lucy Webb, tries baseline, inches along, being pushed by Taya Johnson. And now a backdoor open. Allison Burcham won't get it to go. The board from Rihanna Rhodes on the backside, and that won't go either. But pretty good looks there.
Yeah, great looks for Jackson. Just barely both those layups rimming out.
Dandridge gets it to 44, long three there. I don't know who 44 is.
Don't believe we have a 44 on our roster.
Taya Johnson works it to Katie Dandridge to 44. She'll try a long two. That goes off the front of the iron, no good. Gets her own rebound, up and in though. And that was Delancey Brogue, I believe, who put up the board and bucket to make it 47-5. Jackson's still stuck on that number that's kind of been their number this year. 3 times this season, Jackson has had a total offensive output of 5, which, even if you don't follow basketball closely, is not good enough.
Yeah, after that buzzer beater 3 by Zoe Bosch to end that first quarter, I mean, through the second and third and almost here through the fourth, we have yet to see another Jackson basket.
Basketball can be a streaky game, and the streaks work both ways. I mean, you can feed off the energy of a shot made, and then you can feed off the negative energy of misses and misses. The last trip down, though, pretty good. They found an open Allison Burcham wide open. She just missed. And then Rihanna Rhodes, who is not big. She's a junior, but boy, she is not a bigger. She might be the lightest girl on the team. She came in crashing the boards on the backside to get a rebound and then put up the rebound shot, and that wouldn't go either, though. But positive things. 2:17 to go in regulation. Jackson will put on the floor Zoe Bosch, Rihanna Rhodes, Kat Ankeny, Harley Rommel, and Allison Burcham. And here comes Jackson up court with the ball. It's Lucy Webb. Sorry, that's
great.
Zoe
Find
Bosch.
Raina Rhodes inside and one.
Bosch with a great feed. Yep.
Great pass by Bosch inside, getting Raina the bucket and the foul.
Zoe Bosch to Rihanna Rhodes, and she finished the deal. 47-7. She'll go to the line for an extra here. As she eyes it and can't get it to go. Rebound, though, Jackson. Bronx with the ball. Zoe Bosch gives it to Burcham. She'll try a long 3 at the near angle. Just strong, but Rhodes with another rebound. That might be her 3rd of the game. That shot no good from Rommel. And Star Valley comes the other way with 1:20 to play in regulation. Cambry Johnson. Bounce pass to Katie Dandridge. Inside look to Kaylee Lesberg. That shot denied, but a good foul there if it was a foul. Good defense. And that will be on Allison Burcham, but I like the defense. Coach Shockley explaining how you keep your hands straight up over your body to kind of avoid that. But to the line will be Lesberg, and she makes the first. 48-7. Lesberg, the sophomore, looks at this one. 40% free throw shooter and misses that, but a whistle before.
Looked to be a lane violation by Zoe Bosch, just crossing over that line before that ball was released.
That'll give Lesberg another try here. As time running, ticking away with 25 seconds to go. Lesberg is good with that one, so it cost Jackson a point, 49-7. Here comes Zoe Bosch. Tries a left-handed runner all by herself. Burcham with a rebound. She's tied up all kinds of crazy by 2 or 3 opponents, and they'll give the ball to Star Valley. Last chance for the Lady Braves. Bounce pass inside, stolen away by Burcham, and time will run out that way. So we beat the dreaded 5 bugaboo with 7 and other things to be encouraged about, but that's the finals. The Star Valley Braves come in here into the black hole and secure the win. The final score, Star Valley 49, Jackson 7. We'll be back to wrap things up. Take a look ahead at the boys All the coverage right here at Jackson Hole Radio Sports Network.
Experience Jackson Hole like a local while staying at the Antler Inn, Elk Country Inn, Cowboy Village Resort, or 49er Inn and Suites. With the best entertainment, dining, shopping, bars, and brews all in walking distance, you'll never want to leave. Call 1-800-4-TETONS or find them on the web at townsquareinns.com.
Experience Jackson Hole like a local. Recently renovated, the 49er boasts a new lobby, extended continental breakfast, indoor swimming pool, fitness facility, and 12-person outdoor hot tub. Located on Pearl Street, the 49er is just 3 short blocks from Jackson's greatest bars and restaurants, where you'll find your home away from home. Enjoy your time in Jackson as part of the Town Square Inns and stay at the 49er Inn and Suites.
Here's your voice of the Jackson Bronx, Jake Nichols on KZ95.
Back to the action here, the Danny Mayer broadcast booth, and we have up on our video screen. And by the way, there are several ways to join us tonight. Certainly radio, KZ95, 95.3 FM, also audio only, live streaming, broadcasting on the interwebs at kz95.live. And then, of course, I hope you're watching. Go to YouTube and check out our channel there, Jackson Hole Radio, the channel on YouTube, where we have put up the total stats for the Jackson scoring, and it involves just 2 players, but 2 players who I think represent the future. Sierra, freshman?
Yep.
Yeah, so 2 freshmen on the board. Although we're missing a point. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I think Rihanna Rhodes.
Can't forget that Rihanna Rhodes basket late in the game there.
Hold on. Okay, all right. So what do we got stat-wise? Yeah, let's start with these Jackson girls, and it should be short and sweet, but at least they spread scoring around, 3 different girls scoring.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of got worse as their field goal percentage from 3. Zoe Bosch still making the only one, 9.1%, and it doesn't get much better from 2 with 15.4%. But rebounds have been better, or are better.
Sierra's pretty good.
Yeah, she had 9 rebounds on the game.
Nice. That's encouraging. All right, some good things to look at there. Turnover-wise, I'm afraid to even hear this number. 26 at the half. What do we have for a final?
We got 22 for final. So they did, however, improve, or 48 for the final, 22 in the second half.
Got a little bit better hanging on to the basketball. All right, Star Valley, how'd they do?
Yeah, they didn't get much luck from 3, but they did start stepping away from 3 in the second half of the game. Obviously got better from 2 with Cameron Erickson having a lot of their points, actually most of their points, not all their points, as they shot 59.4% from 3, or from 2.
What did Cameron finish with point-wise?
Yeah, she had 14 points, 7 makes for 12 shots in the 2, and she shot 1 3 earlier but didn't make it.
What about Bailey? All those steals and layups, how many points did they make?
You know, surprisingly only 6.
6, yeah. Well, congrats to our Star Valley girls for the win. Let's pick a player of the game. Let's start with the Jackson Lady Bronx. You want to point out any one player that jumps out? Alexander?
I guess I'll start. And, you know, it's a toss-up between Zoe Bosch and Sierra Johnson, but I'd have to give it to Sierra Johnson. She was rebounding very well today.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm with Liam here. I got to give the player of the game for Jackson to Sierra Johnson. I mean, she was running around all night tonight. She was moving the ball around, finding open looks, and she only had 2 points, but she did lead the Jackson rebounding by a good margin, so got to give her flowers.
I was going to go Zoe, but you guys convinced me. I'll go Sierra Johnson. We'll make it a clean sweep for Star Valley. Who'd you like there?
It's kind of hard, but Cameron Erickson, 14 points. Can't say anything more.
You know, I'm with you. I had to choose between one of the 2 Ericksons, but I'm actually going to go Bailey Erickson. I know on the stat sheet it doesn't show up as much, but, I mean, she did a great job containing Zoe Bosch all game, which, I mean, stopped Jackson from really scoring much at all. So got to give it to Bailey Erickson for both her effort on the defensive end and running the point guard for Star Valley tonight.
You guys both go with different Ericksons. I'll be contrary and go with Delancey Brogue just because I thought she was good early. And yeah, it could be any one of them. And that's kind of what Star Valley's been this year. They have a lot of different weapons, not just one. But a lot of girls are very athletic, very good. All right, that'll wrap things up for the girls. We're about 14 minutes away from tapping for the boys, and we'll reset and talk boys pregame when we come back. Enjoying Bronx basketball on the Jackson Hole Radio Network.
Hey, I'm Allie Lane from Jackson Hole Young Life. Do you remember what it's like to be a teenager? It can be really tough trying to navigate sports, academics, relationships with family and friends, not to mention the added stress of social media, phones, and screen time. Young Life believes that every teen deserves to know that they are loved and their story matters. Young Life leaders enter the world of teens, focusing on what matters to them: fun, adventure, friendship, and a sense of significance. If you love teenagers as much as we do, there's more info at our website, jacksonhole.younglife.org, to learn more.
He runs across, goes to the red part of the section. He throws it, and he caught it, and he throws it again. He dribbles around the guy. He shoots, puts it up, and boom goes the dynamite. And the white team almost loses the ball, but then they don't. So, crisis averted for the white team. Black team has it. The white team is not playing people down like they did before. Oh, it looks like they're lining up to do something. And shoots, and boom goes the dynamite. Oh, he's going to get more than one shot. Oh, shooting again. And the dynamite does not go boom that time.
Play-by-play is hard. So is Jackson Hole Real Estate. Get a pro. McPeak Group proudly supporting the Bronx on their march toward a state championship.
We're back here at the Danny Merritt broadcast booth, courtside, Jackson Hole High School Gymnasium, awaiting the start of the boys, Star Valley and Jackson. This will be a close matchup. We pointed out how similar these teams are. Both pretty good size down to the paint. Both shoot similarly. And the numbers for both teams very close every way you slice it. Tonight's action brought to you by Young Life Jackson Hole, Jackson Lumber, the McPeak Group, and the Town Square Inns of Jackson Hole. For Jackson Hole Radio, I'm Jake Nichols alongside Liam McPeak, Xander Witt, and bringing you all the action tonight as the Jackson Bronx come into this one with a record of 6-2. They're on the one-game winning streak as they didn't so much win last week as survive the Pinedale Wranglers. And the Star Valley Braves come in with a record of 6-4, but they're on a 3-game skid. It's going to be close, though. Down to the wire, Xander, you think?
I mean, if this team were to play 10 times, I think each team would win. I think each team would win 5 times. I mean, very evenly matched when it comes to both their shooting ability, their height, and I mean, almost like you said, every statistical category is just neck and neck.
We'll take a look and drill down on those details, those statistics. When we come back, we'll also talk to head coach Hayden Hadfield about this matchup and some of the things he's got to do tonight if he's going to get a win. It's all coming up as part of the Bronx pregame show right after these. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on Jackson Hole Radio Network.
Jackson Lumber, the board store, Jackson's oldest business and only true lumber yard in town. Jackson Lumber's hardware people are the best in the business, and they do it right the first time. Jackson Lumber works with people who make a living building, so the tools they sell are definitely the best hand tools and power tools available, with names like Vest Tool, Milwaukee, Makita, Skillsaw, Senco, Fine, and DeWalt. Jackson Lumber, the board store at 130 South Gromont. Call 733-6000, 733-6000.
Live play-by-play coverage of Jackson Bronx sports continues with Jake Nichols on KZ95.
Both teams out here warming up 10 minutes away from tap time in a big one. I mean, besides the rivalry, Jackson's still looking for their first home win still would love to put together a couple wins in a row before they head to Green River. There's so many reasons why they would want to win this game, and for Star Valley, they got to stop a 3-game losing streak. So a lot on the line for both teams.
Yeah, you know, with how closely they're ranked in the power rankings recently, I mean, just going to be an absolute bloodbath tonight. We'll really get to see these teams get really personal with each other, and I'm excited to see how each team handles the pressure of being in a game this big.
Here's the stats for Coach Hayden Hatfield's Jackson Bronx. Offensively, they're averaging about 58 points a game. That's good enough for sort of middle of the pack, 6th best out of 16 teams. Shooting-wise, not very good. They're shooting under 40% from the floor, and from 3-land, forget about it. They barely show up on the radar. They're hitting just 1 out of 4 from distance. That's not very good, and we did talk to Coach Hatfield about the triples and what's going wrong, and they've tried everything. A.J. Fowler was their 3-point specialist. He never came off the bench in Pinedale because he has been cold as ice. I don't know what the answer is or who the answer is, but here's what Coach Hatfield had to say about finding someone who could hit a 3.
Things in practice this week to, emphasize the shooting a little more. And I think it actually might have worked, Jake. We'll see. We'll see here shortly. But I think that we shot it a lot better this week in practice. It's no shortage of open looks in game. Most shots we take from the three ball are pretty open. They just hadn't fallen. So I feel like our shooters are ready to go. Mac Fairbairn, he's shown he can make some here and there. So we're ready to see what we can do tonight against this really good team.
Well, I agree with one thing that Coach said. The threes they are getting off are open looks. They are getting off good shots. They're just not falling. And, that's something you got to work on. They've been working on it in practice. In fact, Coach Hatfield talked about a pretty encouraging week of practice and some of the things they worked on in practice this week.
This year, we're more of action-based offense, different kind of screens, different type of ball movement type deal. So, we really emphasize getting back to the basics, make sure we're doing the little things right within our actions. Got a ton of shots up, focus on some pressure defense, that kind of thing. So we think we match up really well with them. The big guys for them and the big guys for us are going to hopefully battle each other about even. To me, the game comes down tonight to, how the guards play. Can the guards make some shots? Can we get some ball movement? Can we get in the paint some, dish it out? So that's really where the game comes down. It's where we focus this week.
That's funny that the coach would say he thinks it's going to come down to guard play. Whenever you see two offensive teams play each other, the coaches always say it's going to be defense that decides this. We're looking at two teams that are really big in the paint. I mean, big. And yet coach says it's going to be the guards that decide it. What do these coaches see that we don't?
I think he really just identifies the talent that Star Valley has. And I think he's seeing this as we're not going to sit here and shut Star Valley down all game. So, if our guards can come out here and make shots, which is what they haven't really been doing thus far, then they'll be in a good spot to win. And just like he said, the bigs will each do their thing. We'll see who can make more shots on the perimeter.
The size of Star Valley, beginning with Jacob Hodges, the 6'5 senior, leads them in scoring and rebounding. Luke Linford is 6'4. Taft McClure is 6'5. He won the slam dunk contest they had going back a few weeks ago. Tayson Johnson is 6'4. He might be the best player in the paint you're going to see tonight nobody knows about. He's a sophomore, but he really stood out when I watched this team the other night. Croy Jenkins is 6'5. There's barely a guy under 6 foot on this team. They have good size to deal with Andrew Hanna. Holy cow. should be a battle in the paint, although Coach thinks it might come down to guard play. Star Valley this year, looking at their numbers, are under new head coach Mitchell Schwab in his first year. Offensively, his team scoring about 60 points a game. That's good enough to rank them 5th. They're shooting 42% of the field. That's middle of the pack. They're shooting 36% from beyond the arc. Defensively, pretty good. Number 5, giving up 51 points a game. They're 3rd in rebounding, 34.5 rebounds per game. But look at this. I didn't realize this, and I never saw it coming. Jackson's the top defensive team in all the 4A. Number 1 ranked defense, surrendering just 46.5 points a game. Pretty good at rebounding as well. 36.3 rebounds is good enough for 2nd rank. So this is a Jackson team that plays pretty good defense. I wouldn't have thought that if I didn't see the numbers.
Yeah, you know, that defense starts with Andrew Hanna's presence down low. I mean, teams are just really afraid to go down and challenge him in the paint. And then, I mean, just like you said with the guards, I mean, all the guards play phenomenal defense on the perimeter. And, I mean, when you got strong perimeter defense and a presence like Andrew in the paint, it's really hard to get an offense going.
Good point. Well, what do we got to do to beat Star Valley? Guard play, maybe? Here's what Coach had to say about this Star Valley Braves team.
Totally. I hope we have a great crowd tonight. I expect it. I think we will. But, you know, Star Valley travels well, too. So I expect it to be a pretty even crowd, but it'll be pretty packed. So like you said, you know, they have really good big guys, and all of them were state football champions. So they have a lot of confidence in what they do. I think the big guys for us can handle their own against them. But like I said, I think it's the guard play tonight. We got to be able to beat them and the point guard, the 2 and the 3, which I think we can do. I think we got the guys, and if they're hitting shots early, like you said too, let's get it down early and, you know, keep the pedal going from there.
Let's take a look at the keys to the game. Right now, they're still on the girls. We'll get you the boys' keys to the game. I think it's important to get a fast start. Obviously, at home, you always want to start out fast, get the crowd behind you. But also, Star Valley tends to play a slow first half. It takes them a while to get going. Why not jump right out on it, huh?
Yeah, I mean, this is a Jackson team that's really come out with some hot starts. I mean, what the quarter we've seen them play the slowest in has always been the 3rd. So, yep. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if we see Jackson jump out to a large lead early and kind of start to let Star Valley trickle their way back in as the game goes on.
Let's jump on and build a lead early. 3 is the magic number. Don't be afraid of threes. I know you're not shooting them very well, but you got to keep trying, right? Keep putting them up. They'll go.
Of course. I mean, this is a team that's known for having a lot of shooters, and I know they're not falling right now, but, I mean, it's a long season, and if you don't keep that confidence and keep putting shots up, then you're going to be in trouble down the stretch. So they really just got to find their shot and keep confidence within themselves that they can make them. Realizing
the Braves are also pretty big down low, I do maybe agree with Coach Hatfield, who would agree the guards can take control of this game, and I think it's going to be threes. And then finally break the spell. This team's been in your head, man. It beat Jackson on the football field, beat Jackson on the basketball field, on the basketball court just repeatedly the last 37 matchups. Jackson's 9-28. You got to go back to 2018, the last time these Jackson Broncs beat the Star Valley Braves. Tough in basketball. They're in their head. How do you get out of that?
You know, just like you were saying, coming out and get a hot start and just telling ourselves, like, we are here to play. We are not here to keep that losing streak going. And, I mean, just coming out and instilling that confidence that you are out here and you are going to compete and you are going to come out and do your best to win this ball game.
You're right. I want to see some of that confidence. I want to see some of that swagger. Let's have the boys introduce themselves. Starting lineups brought to you by our friends at Young Life.
What's up, Runner? Junior. Mac Fairbairn, Senior. AJ Fowler, Junior. Owen Kana, Junior. Carson Harlan, Senior. Isaac Larson, Senior. Paul Martzel, Sophomore. Andrew Hanna, Junior. Gavin Keelan, Junior. Christian Mack, Senior. Drew Griebel, Senior. Willis Woodray,
Sports continues with Jake Nichols on KZ95.
Starting lineups brought to you by Young Life, where they're all about teenagers. We'll find out who are the starting 5 here in just a moment as we're set to get things going in Jackson, the age-old rivalry. This one goes back a long ways to the 1920s. You guys weren't around then. Braves will be in their maroon and gold in their colors. Jackson in their home whites, trimmed in black and orange. As we get ready to drop the flag on this one and start this game with the playing of our national anthem.
Jackson Bronx Band under the direction of Bill Hunby and Parker Allen.
Excited for this one. Hopefully you're joining us on KZ95, 95.3 FM, KZ95.live, or on our YouTube channel, Jackson Hole Radio. Star Valley does travel well. They got a ton here in the crowd. Yeah. Things are evening out, though, a little bit as the black hole's starting to fill in as well. Who's starting there for the Braves?
For the Star Valley lineup. The first three big men, Jacob Hodges, number 3, Luke Linford, and number 5, Taft McClure. Another tall player. Number 12, PJ Horsley. And number 20, your guy, Tayson Johnson, sophomore.
Yeah, he's been starting the season on the bench, and off the bench, he's been amazing. He's really good, guys.
Shortest player in that
young.
Star Valley lineup, 5'11".
Wow.
Really tall lineup out there for the Braves.
They're going big, and they're going big early. Jacob Hodges, their big guy, top rebounder, top scorer for the team. You got to stop number 0. For the Jackson Bronx, who we got as the starting 5?
Leading off this starting lineup, point guard number 1, Seb Brunner. AJ Fowler, number 5, junior, making his way back onto the court, looking to hit some big shots.
Good to
Jackson
see.
Bronx tonight.
Fowler averaging 5 points a game. Seb 13.5.
The lone senior in the starting lineup tonight, number 14, Isaac Larson.
5'9" senior, averaging 4.4 points a game.
Wrapping it up with our 2 big men coming in at 6'7", number 21, junior, Andrew Hanna.
16 points a game and 12 boards.
Wrapping it up, number 24, junior, standing 6'5", Gavin Keelan.
7.3 points a game, 7 boards, and yeah, it might be the guard play because Star Valley just so big, but they don't really have the guards. They don't shoot great, although they can get streaky, and let's see if we can get that fast start going as Andrew Hanna will jump it here with Taft McClure, the 6'5" senior. Star Valley moving right to left on your radio dial. If you're live streaming, you know that. Jackson moving left to right. Just underway here. right on time as well, 7:31. And here comes the opening tap, and it's won by Jackson as Andrew Hanna gets the better of that. Seb Brunner gets a pick from Hanna. Now pulls up, bounce pass inside Andrew Hanna, and he shook free, up and in, and left Jacob Hodges in the dust.
Andrew Hanna started off with a bang with the foul and a basket.
That'll work. Hanna's had his troubles from the charity stripe. He's shooting just over 50%. That was a nice pass from Brunner, and a good job by Keelan to just get away from his mark. Jacob Hodges left him with the just and left Hodges with a foul. Can't get it to go, though, and the rebound pulled down by Taft McClure. Here's Star Valley's first look on offense. Bounce pass inside to Tayson Johnson. He hands off to Luke Linford. Linford in trouble, gets it out to Hodges. Hodges inside, wants to pound it into Tayson Johnson. His shot no good. Is it all ball? No, it's going to be Seb Brunner with a foul. So both teams picked up a team foul. Brunner not letting Tay Johnson have the open look. The 6'4" sophomore is about 50-50 free throw shooter, and he can't get that one. Still 2-0. Loud crowd from both sides. It's almost confusing. You hear the crowd erupt, and you don't know if it's for the Bronx or Braves. Johnson does get the second one, and it's 2-1. Jackson with the ball. Seb Brunner puts up the play. Got Horsley on him. Gets a pick from Hanna again. He'll pull up a shot. No, give and go to Hanna, and Hanna's going to walk. Or is he? No, he gets fouled. I thought Andrew took a step, but he's fouled from behind. And both teams playing physical. That's what happens when you're both big and you want to do stuff inside. Bodies start banging into each other, and the fouls start racking up.
Yeah, Roy Jenkins already subbing in just under a minute into this game.
Replacing Jacob Hodges, who is whistled for the foulers. Gavin Keelan, nice kick out to AJ. He's picked up quickly by Croy Jenkins, giving away a lot of height there. Seb Brunner drives the lane. He'll try it himself. Good!
Great floater inside, the number one, Seb Brunner.
I thought he was going to dish it, but he decided a little hesitate move, and he put up the floater. And it worked, and there's a travel. That's on Luke Linford. He didn't think so. And a turnover there will give Jackson the ball, and here's that fast start you wanted. 4-1 Bronx.
Yeah, Jackson already doing good good job spreading the ball out, as last time home against Teton they had trouble doing that.
Yeah. Seb Brunner watched by PJ Horsley, far side, floats one into Andrew Hanna. It attracts a lot of attention. Double team, and they poke it away from the big man. A steal. Horsley, spin move against Hanna. He'll try one over the top of Andrew, but that's not easy, and he can't get it to go. Gavin Keelan skyward for the rebound. Pulls it down. Long one from Keelan.
Oh, three deep by Gavin Keelan.
Keelan, despite being 6'5", loves those outside shots, and maybe he's the three-point guy we need. Never know. It's Luke Linford. Floats one wide open, far side, Taft McClure. His shot no good, and Star Valley is off to one of those slow starts. Got to take advantage. 7-1 Jackson just underway. Seb Brunner drives up and in. Seb Brunner with the opposite side lay-in. He's good at that. 9-1 Jackson with 5:50 to go in the opening quarter. Linford bounce pass inside, and a whistle before Jenkins can get the shot off. It's a foul on Isaac Larson. His first, team's second. Both teams with 2 team fouls now. They only have the 1 foul for Hodges, but I think he's got 2, and that's why they took him out of there. Seb Brunner with the ball across the line. Doesn't have numbers. You might want to wait here, Seb. He does. Over to Keelan. He'll try a 3 again. Kevin Keelan hits from 3.
You don't see that often.
Coach Mitchell Schwab doesn't want to see it anymore. In fact, he says time out. Wants to talk things over. We'll keep it here, 12-1. And we talked about the fast start, if not to bank points, because This team isn't real good in the second half, these Bronx, in the third quarter especially. But
these Bronx showing absolutely no fear coming out starting this game. Keelan with a defender in his face hitting that deep three, giving them all the momentum early here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Jackson hasn't missed a shot so far.
Wow. And both those Keelan threes, by the way, were legit. They were NBA threes. They were from well back.
Very deep from Keelan.
Really good start. Jackson will send out the same starting five. Star Valley basketball. Jackson backed off into half-court pressure here as P.J. Horsley brings it up near side. As pointed out by Xander, I think he's the only guy under 6 feet at 5'11". Threw it away. And another Braves turnover. Jackson ball. And a chance to build on this 11-point lead. Seb Brunner with Horsley on him. Star Valley going man on the whole way. Nice pick there by Hannah. Seb and Hannah have this synchronicity going. Now out to Isaac Larson. He'll try a drive. The lefty puts a layer in. No good. Gets his own rebound. He's in trouble, though. Hang on. Gets scrambling. What a handoff. Andrew Hannah. Boy, I thought Isaac Larson was in a world of trouble, but Isaac said, I got this. I'll just give it to the big man.
Very shifty guard play by both Brunner and Larson to start this game.
True. Long three there. Star Valley won't go. Shot put up by Tayson Johnson. That's not his shot, though. And now a whistle. And a foul well away from the basket. Kind of a unnecessary call, and that's on
P.J. Horsley.
P.J. Horsley picks up his first. That was all the way in the backcourt. Seb Brunner working on Horsley now. Cross court to Gavin Keelan. Picks up a double team. Works out of it by getting it to Hannah to a wide open Larson. The lefty. Isaac Larson with the three. And Luke Linford looked over at his coach as if to say, are you going to call the timeout again? As Star Valley really suffering here. That shot no good by Croy Jenkins. But a whistle and a foul, and that might be on Larson again with a block. That's Isaac's second quickly, and we'll see if Coach Hatfield wants to get him. He will. Carson Harlan will replace his guard mate. And right now, Jackson getting production from a lot of different places. Gavin Keelan, Isaac Larson, Seb Brunner, as that shot won't go. Croy Jenkins, who's a 63% free throw shooter, misses the front end. And Harlan does replace Larson. For Star Valley, out comes Luke Linford, and they want to look at Ridge Neal, the 6-foot senior. Second shot coming up.
Yeah, you know, we've talked about how they had to spread the ball, and so far they've been doing that to perfection.
Yeah, they're getting everyone involved. That second shot won't go either, or will it? Yeah, it does. 17-2 now. Jackson on a big run, and there's a reach-in foul. That's going to be on Cooper Lancaster, who checked in. His first, team fourth. Fouls starting to pile up here for both teams with 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Andrew Hannah watched closely by Tayson Johnson. It was Hodges who was on him earlier. Now Tay Johnson picks up the duties, and he did a good job there as Hannah had run out of real estate. He was underneath the basket, and Tay Johnson with good defense. Three ball there. Cooper Lancaster wouldn't go. Gavin Keelan with the board. Hands off to Seb Brunner. Star Valley changing the matchups, and that Brunner's pass is picked off. He wanted AJ, but it's stolen, and Ridge Neal will go coast to coast. His layup no good, but he's knocked to the ground, and he's hurt. Comes up limping on that right leg. Well, he's got a leg sleeve on it. The foul is on Brunner, his second. He's not a guy you want to get into foul trouble either. And Ridge Neal will put up the first one. Good.
Brunner's someone that does not come off the court often, so getting him into foul trouble early is not a great sign here.
Neild is 3 for 3 from the line this season with that conversion. He'll try to go a perfect 4 for 4 on the season. And he does not off the back of the iron, but the rebound momentarily was in the hands of Tay Johnson. Now ripped away. Jackson ball. 17-3 here, midway through the first. Seb Brunner drives the lane, waits for his man to get in the air. Kick out to Harlan. His long three, no good. Rebound, Brunner over the back, and that's going to be the third on him. And they got to go get him. They will. It's going to be Isaac Larson checking in for Seb Brunner.
Tough spot for Hayden Hatfield here, deciding what to do with Seb Brunner already in foul trouble this early in the game.
You do have 3 good guards, Larson, Harland, and Brunner, but Brunner is kind of the guy who makes it all go, and with 3 fouls early, he might sit the whole first half. Star Valley ball, they trail by 14. There's a drive in the lane. Now he's going to turn it back. Lancaster looked like he traveled. He slid so far on the floor. Stolen away by Isaac Larson. The lefty comes up across the line. Larson looks things over, gets a pick from Keelan. He'll drive the left-hand lane. No good. No shot got off, and now he'll kick out to Harlan. Carson Harlan
from the corner.
Carson Harlan from distance, his first points of the night to make it 20-3. And I think we got 5 different scorers on the Bronx end of things.
Yep.
Star Valley ball to Cooper Lancaster. Baseline drive. Now a pass to nobody and another turnover. Star Valley.
Star Valley having a lot of turnover trouble so far.
They are, and maybe they're the team a little bit intimidated. We talked about these 2 teams at Jackson feeling like they just have no confidence against Star Valley, but it's the Braves away from that Crimson Cathedral who look a little out of water here in the black hole. Palmer Wetzel checks in for Jackson. Bounce pass ill-advised, but Hanna will get it, and he can't make the shot. Boy, that pass was almost picked off. Andrew Hanna came up with a loose ball, but missed the layup. Star Valley ball. Cooper Lancaster hands off to Luke Linford. Pulls up a dribble. Back to Taft McClure, and he's going to get caught for the travel, and another turnover by Star Valley. This Braves team does look a little unraveled here in the early going.
Unable to get anything going on the offensive end right now, and I mean, tough to do anything on the defensive end when this Jackson team's shooting the lights out.
They are 20 points already, and we got 2 minutes left in the first. There's Harlan. Carson floats one into Hanna. Hanna puts up, what a move! Up and in on Croy Jenkins. Just too athletic. Andrew Hanna, just a little shake and bake on Jenkins. Left him in the dust and put up the easy layup. Jackson up big here early. Star Valley ball, it's Cooper Lancaster. Lancaster trying to use a pick from McClure, but he can't. Ridge Neal, far side for Linford. Linford dribbles out of a double team. He's got Carson Harlan on him. Now he'll put up a 20-footer, no good. And a rebound, Palmer Wetzel on the backside. Wetzel averaging 2.5 boards a game. There's Isaac Larson. No good. And out of bounds. Star Valley ball. 122. Andrew Hanna picked up the foul there over the back. That's his first. 122 to go in the first. Jackson, it's been all Bronx. 22-3 over the Braves. Cooper Lancaster again sliding on that floor. That could be a travel. Luke Linford in all kinds of trouble. Bounce pass inside. Nice. Good pass to find Croy Jenkins, who puts it up and in. The big man for Star Valley, 6'5" senior. Isaac Larson shakes away from Linford momentarily. He is shifty. Gets it to Hanna. Hanna on the low post. Lost the handle. Stolen away. Star Valley coming the other way. Cooper Lancaster never got a shot off as he is decked by Gavin Keelan.
Yet another travel.
Or is he?
Call.
Wait a minute. A travel. Oh, I thought Keelan got a piece of him. So did the Star Valley fans. You hear them booing, but it's Cooper Lancaster, the freshman, who turns it over on the travel.
Already multiple travels here in the first quarter for the Braves.
Yes, uncharacteristically. I don't know if they're reckless or careless or they're just nerves are on them. There's Palmer Wetzel, baseline three. That's good.
Whatever the Jackson puts up from outside the arc seems to fall just now.
Oh, boy. We talked about their lack of shooting from three. Here's Star Valley with an answer. And that won't go. rattles in and out for P.J. Horsley. Jackson with 20 seconds left in the first quarter with a 20-point bulge, and they've done a lot of the damage from beyond the arc, and they've done it by spreading it around. Everybody's had something to say for the Bronx. Larson hands off to Harland. He'll try a three. Did everything but go, but Hannah fights for the rebound. Hannah says it's off Horsley, but he won't get the ref to buy that. And Star Valley ball with 4 seconds. You got to make sure nobody gets behind you as Hatfield is jumping up and down, telling them the full court press. Shot at the buzzer, no good. And that's how we'll end. Boy, you couldn't ask for a better start, Xander. We talked about the fast start. There it is, 20-point lead after one.
Got that fast start they were looking for.
Yeah, they've just been spreading the ball well. As I said in the Teton game, they weren't spreading the ball in that game. They only had 4 scores in that game. In this one, they're already over that. They've got, let me count here. What seems to be 6? Yeah, they've got 6 scores.
I love it. I love it a lot. Yeah, Jackson not turning it over. Star Valley is. Jackson hitting threes. Star Valley hitting really nothing. What a start from Jackson. We'll be right back with the second quarter after this from Town Square Inns.
Jackson Lumber.
Experience Jackson Hole like a local while staying at the Antler Inn, Elk Country Inn, Cowboy Village Resort, or 49er Inn and Suites. With the best entertainment, dining, shopping, bars, and brews all in walking distance, you'll never want to leave. Call 1-800-4-TETONS or find them on the web at townsquareinns.com.
This is KZ95.
Back to the action. This place rocking. It's noisy no matter what side of the gym you're on. Star Valley has filled their half, and the Black Hole side is pretty revved up as well. What a start for the Jackson Bronx. They lead this one 25-5, and both teams out here for the second quarter. They're out ready before the refs are, and I think we got things figured out. I love the way Jackson's spreading out the score. You don't know who's going to hurt you if you're Star Valley.
I mean, I think for all Jackson, I think they might have been a bit nervous after Brunner had to sub out, but I mean, their offensive momentum is really not slowed down at all with him off the court, which is a great sign going forward in this game.
If you're joining us late, Brunner has 3 fouls already. Seb sat midway through the second, has not returned. Star Valley with the ball. Trying to get into some kind of a weave here. Just underway in the second quarter. Jackson with a 20-point lead. And Gavin Keelan comes down with a board. Jackson will try to add to it. Isaac Larson, inside pass for Hannah. He gets away from his man, up and in. Tayson Johnson thought he had the steal, but he didn't. And Gavin Keelan Andrew Hannah got by him and puts up the shot. Tayson Johnson, he'll try one over to the top of Hannah. No sail, says Andrew. But the backside board and bucket from Taft McClure, and that was a big-time power forward move there. Long three from Keelan. That's too short. Hannah rebound. He'll try it again. Gavin Keelan tries. Gavin Keelan missed the three. Hannah got the rebound and gave it right back to him. Keelan put his man in the air and then went right to the rack. 29-7. Jackson up, 6:45 to go with the half. Tayson Johnson works it near side of Ridgefield. Now Horsley, he'll drive baseline, put up a 18-footer. That goes too long off the back iron. Rebound by Isaac Larson. Takes a quick peek at Coates, says, what do you want? Hatfield calls the play. Hand off to Harlan. Carson Harlan back to Isaac Larson. Top of the key, open Keelan. He'll put a stutter step on his man. Drives the lane.
What a finish by 24, Gavin Keelan.
Gavin Keelan, I can't believe he wasn't fouled, but we don't need it. 31-7. Jackson is Keelan taking control of this game. Horsley far side, watched by Larson. Now Harlan gets it to Taft McClure. Kick out to Neal, long three, good. Ridge, Neal, the senior, hits that three to keep Star Valley in it. Larson tried to dish to Hannah. He was just a bit out of control. This game's starting to get scrambly here. There's a drive. I thought Gavin Keelan was set Tayson Johnson picks up the charge. Yes, I thought Keelan was set. I know the crowd does not agree.
Great job by Gavin Keelan to get those feet set.
Keelan was set for a long time, had his feet set under that bucket, and Tayson Johnson ran him over, and the Star Valley visiting crowd doesn't like it, but I think it was the right call.
Man, that had to hurt. That looked like an elbow to the nose.
Yeah, that was a whole lot of Tay Johnson running into you, but that was two big men canceling each other out. Larson bounced pass into Hannah, and he palmed the ball or went out of bounds.
I think he went out of bounds.
Oh, all right. Bounced it out of bounds. Hannah just ran out of room. Good defense there.
Ref's already very active in this
Star
game.
Valley. Yeah. Here's Taft McClure, top of the key, watched by Gavin Keelan. That's a good matchup right there. Taft gets right around Keelan, but can't make the shot. Ridge Neal to a wide open Jacob Hodges. Hodges way off the mark. Rebound, Carson Harlan. He's going to wait till he's got help. And a good idea. Keelan, wide open baseline three. Good! Gavin Keelan has just taken over this game.
Too easy in the corner for Gavin Keelan right there.
That's his third on the game.
He was wide open. Good job finding the open guys. There's Jacob Hodges. Hands off. No, nice fake. But Hodges can't get it to go. And the Braves just can't buy one right now. Jackson with the ball. Here comes Isaac Larson inside to Hannah.
Pass by Larson.
His shot no good. Good defense by Jacob Hodges there. Hodges looks tired to me. Getting up and down the court. P.J. Horsley, nice move. Kicks it outside to Neal. Ridge Neal will hand it back off to Horsley. P.J., his real first name is Porter, gets it to Taft McClure. McClure, Gavin Keelan on him. This is the marquee matchup to me. McClure and Keelan, and oh, down goes Hannah, and an easy layup for Jacob Hodges as Andrew Hannah hit the deck, got his feet tied up there. And with 4:05 to go in the half, 34-12, Jackson lead. Isaac Larson, he lost the handle on the far side, but it's going to be a Star Valley foul. And right now the Braves to a man just can't believe the way this game's being officiated, but I don't think it's that bad, really. Cooper Lancaster will check in for Luke Linford. 6 fouls on both teams, even, as Harlan triggers into Isaac Larson in the backcourt. Larson works up on Cooper Lancaster. Now gets it to Gavin Keelan inside to Hannah. Hannah with Hodges on him. Can't get it. The shot to go. Really nice spin by Hannah. He'll draw the travel as he hits the deck. And right now, Star Valley trying to handle Hannah by committee. That was Hodges on him, and he had help from Tay Johnson. Either one of those guys trying to help out down low against Andrew Hannah, who hasn't had a successful bucket in a little bit. Not sure if we should be worried. Jacob Hodges up and over the top of Andrew Hannah. Nice job there by the leading scorer for the Braves to make it 34-14. And Coach Hatfield wants to make sure this doesn't get out of hand as Star Valley showing some pushback. Timeout by Hatfield and the Jackson Bronx. So short one will stay here. Good start, lead by 20, but Star Valley's showing a little bit of push. What do you think, guys? I love the way scoring's getting spread around, and Jackson has just not missed a beat with Seb going out early with foul trouble.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's an interesting dynamic. We're used to seeing Larson and Harlan subbing in for each other, so seeing them get to play together on the court at the same time has really been a treat to see, as the really have not, like you said, have not missed a beat out there without runner.
We saw Larson and Harlan comprise the backcourt late last season when Seb walked off the team. There was a little bit of trouble there. That was your backcourt, so they've played together before. Just everybody doing it for the Bronx. Star Valley full court pressure here. And this team can ramp up the defense every once in a while. Here's Larson as Jackson breaks it. Palmer Wetzel from the baseline three. No good. Rebound Hodges. Here comes Star Valley. Cooper Lancaster gets it far side into Croy Jenkins. Floats one in the middle to Hodges, who's good. And Jacob Hodges is starting to get hot, and he's their leading scorer. You got to watch out. His full court pressure. Jackson breaks it on the dribble. Carson Harlan, kick out to Wetzel. Thought about a three. He's going to kick out now to Keelan. He'll try one. Just short. Rebound Wetzel. Nice job to keep it alive. Gavin Keelan with a Euro step in the lane and up and in. And Jackson needed that badly because he had a sense the Braves were pushing back. Cooper Lancaster will try, way off the mark. Wetzel with another rebound. Up ahead, wide open, Andrew Hanna is good. And Jackson's starting to run a little bit too. As the big man, Andrew Hanna, got in behind everybody. And Isaac Larson found him with a home run pass. Timeout as first-year head coach for the Braves, Mitchell Schwab, says we got to recalibrate here. We'll take the break with him. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on Home of the Bronx, Jackson Hole Radio at KZ95.
Hey, I'm Allie Lane from Jackson Hole Young Life. Do you remember what it's like to be a teenager? It can be really tough trying to navigate sports, academics, relationships with family and friends, not to mention the added stress of social media, phones, and screen time. Young Life believes that every teen deserves to know that they are loved and their story matters. Young Life leaders enter the world of teens, focusing on what matters to them: fun, adventure, friendship, and a sense of significance. If you love teenagers as much as we do, there's more info at our website, jacksonhole.younglife.org, to learn more.
Live play-by-play coverage of Jackson Bronx.
Well, this feels to me like Jackson has finally played to their potential. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but this is the Bronx team I thought we'd see all year.
Yeah, you know, up until this point, it's really just been the Brunner and Hanna show. But, I mean, now we're just seeing everyone get involved, especially behind the arc, which has really been a treat to see today.
Good observation, actually. It's everyone, not just those two guys.
Tayshaun Johnson gets the putback.
Tayson Johnson, good board in the bucket there to keep Star Valley within range. Turnover, Jackson, 38-18 with under 2 to go here in the half.
Star Valley is not having a good time fielding the ball today. They've been dropping it. They've been missing passes. Just not a good look.
Yeah, they have really been not taking care of the ball as they usually do. Isaac Larson now in the backcourt trying to wiggle free from Luke Linford. Picks up a double team, gets it to Palmer Wetzel inside to Hanna. He's double teamed, so the kick out. Harlan. Oh, in and out. Good job by Hanna as he was double teamed, found the open man, and Harlan was wide open, just couldn't get that three to fall. Very close. Luke Linford, he'll try a three. That's off the mark, but the rebound, P.J. Horsley. Keep it alive. Horsley will try an 18-footer baseline. No good. Rebound, scramble, and a foul. Reach in. That's going to be on Linford as Harlan was going the other way like a rocket. And before he could really get any speed going, Luke Linford reached in and got a piece of him. It'll be the 7th foul on Star Valley.
Don't see him run often, but Harlan is one of the faster players you will see on this court.
Yep.
Good to know. Carson will go to the line. Harlan, a 1 for 1 so far from the line this year, and now he's a perfect 2 for 2 to give Jackson a 39-18 lead here in the waning moments of the second quarter. Minute 16 to go. Second one from Harlan. Rattles in and out, no good. Rebound, Taft McClure. Star Valley brings it up. P.J. Horsley to Taft McClure. The big man will try a 15-footer. That's no good. And Palmer Wetzel with the rebound. Hands to Hanna, who gives it to Keelan, who says, you bring it up, Isaac Larson. And he will. Isaac, just under a minute to go. Larson gets a pick from Keelan. Bounce pass into Hanna. Hodges had his hand in there, but it's up and in. And Andrew Hanna is just too much for anyone Star Valley wants to throw at him. Hodges had him pretty well guarded, but Hanna makes the basket anyway.
Travel by Star Valley.
Oh boy, the referee's favorite call so far in this one has been the travel, and they have not been obvious ones. I'll say that. Kind of mystery travels, but
really love flipping those hands over each other.
Isaac Larson in the backcourt. PJ on him pretty closely. Larson behind the back dribble, gets free. He's over the timeline, hands off to Wetzel. Wetzel near side angle, dribbles out to the top of the key. Keelan sets a pick for him. Now he hands off to Harlan. Carson Harlan being watched closely by Cooper Lancaster. Jackson trying to set up screens for these guards, and it's worked early. It's working less effectively now. That's Gavin Keelan all by himself over two guys and just couldn't get it to go. He misses. Star Valley ball. PJ up to Neild. He'll try a long three. Ridge Neild, no good. Rebound, Fluck for, up, no. Lancaster misses. Hannah with a board, but time has run out. And the Black Hole loves what they're seeing at home as the visiting fans shout encouragement to their Braves, but a dreadful first half if you're Star Valley on the road, and a real good first half for the Jackson Bronx. After one half of play, we'll be right back with a halftime show. It's Jackson 41, Star Valley 18. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on Jackson Hole Radio.
He runs across, goes to the red part of the section. He throws it, and he caught it, and he throws it again. He dribbles around the guy. He shoots, puts it up, and boom goes the dynamite. And the white team almost loses the ball, but then they don't. So crisis averted for the white team. Black team has it. The white team is not playing people down like they did before. Oh, it looks like they're lining up to do something. And shoots, and boom goes the dynamite. Oh, he's gonna get more than one shot. Oh, shooting again. And the dynamite does not go boom that time.
Play-by-play is hard. So is Jackson Hole Real Estate. Get a pro. McPeak Group proudly supporting the Bronx on their march toward a state championship.
Back at the half, and what a great start by the Jackson Bronx. It's one of our keys to the game. Get off to a fast start. They sure did that. They must have been listening. Do I have to be that guy and start worrying about the third quarter already, or should we just enjoy the first 16 minutes?
You know, right now, I just really would like to stay thinking about that first half. But I mean, Jackson, a team that's really struggled in the third quarter here. But I mean, with the lead that they have going in a half, we'll see if Star Valley can even chip away and bring it back to a game headed into the fourth.
Sure is a lot of momentum they build in that first two quarters. It's hard to believe that they could go in the locker room and all of a sudden come out a different team, or things could unravel. Star Valley's got to work on some things. But I don't know what you do, though, if you're Star Valley, because who do you stop? Everybody's been scoring for the Bronx.
Well, honestly, I think instead of stopping people, well, yeah, you have to stop someone. But I think you just got to start converting your shots more. Like from three, they were 16.7%. From two, 29.2 for a average of 22.9. As Jackson, on the other hand, 46.2 from three, 61.1 from two, and an overall of 53.6%.
I want to look at those stats a little closer, but let's enjoy this, as promised, this show from the Jackson Hole dance team. Wow, good job, girls. They're headed for state, headed to Casper to compete in state. Best of luck to the Jackson Hole dance team and to our visiting Star Valley Braves. Also have a dance team headed for state. Good job. So let's take a look at those stats. Liam, let's start with Star Valley. Who's leading them in scoring?
Well, not much to brag about from Star Valley, but Jacob Hodges, 3 from 5 from 2. He didn't miss a 3 earlier, but he's got 6 points. He's leading them in scoring so far.
Yeah, Hodges is usually their big man all season. Took him a little while to get on track, and once he did, though, he scares you because he can take over a game. For the Jackson Bronx, I love the way they've spread it around. What's it look like over there?
Well, again, with the same 6 players having points, Seth Brunner has not made an appearance in the second quarter, but Gavin Keelan and Andrew Hanna. Gavin is 15, 3 for 4 from 3, and also 3 for 4 from 2. And Andrew Hanna, he's got 12, 6 from 2, and 6 for 11 from 2, and has not shot a 3 yet.
I like spreading the scoring around especially, but I like the fact that Gavin Keelan was hot early from 3. Then when he missed one, he didn't just keep 3s. He's changed up his game. He's a perfect swing man. He'll hit 3s, or if you want to play inside, he said, hey, I'm 6'5". I'll go in there with you guys too. And he made a couple inside shots in the paint.
We've seen him use that. Yeah, we've seen him use that pump fake move at the top a few times, where you really have to respect that jumper of his on the outside, and the only real way to contest it is with how tall he is to leave your feet. So, I mean, with the way he can either shoot the ball or pump fake and go right underneath for that up and under we've seen a few times now. I mean, just like you said, great swingman and an absolute lethal weapon for Jackson scoring tonight.
Yeah, and I've seen him do the pump fake for no reason in the past. Like, he's wide open for a 3. You give him the ball, he does the pump fake. You're like, no, Gavin, put it up. There's no one to fake. Yeah. He's doing it now effectively. I love the way he's doing it now.
Yeah, he's really using those skills he's honed, and I mean, just like you said, using them very effectively tonight to really assert his presence and pick up the weight for Brunner, who hasn't been able to play due to his foul trouble this early.
Gavin's been a complete player. He leads all scorers, as you can see if you're watching us on YouTube. 15 points. Hannah's got 12. Seb with 4, and he had a goal. But we'll see if we see him in the second half. And Carson Harlow with 4. Larson and Palmer Wetzel both have drained one from distance to give them 3 apiece. And we're just about ready to get back here in action. Just a couple of minutes away from tapping here in the second half, and hopefully the Jackson Bronx can beat the dreaded third quarter Blues. Although, I looked at the stats on Max Preps, and supposedly we score more points in the third quarter than Star Valley does. I don't know if that's the Braves are that bad in the third, or it's just my imagination that we're bad in the third. But, geez, whenever we come out of the locker room, it just doesn't feel like the same team. Hopefully they keep that energy and momentum rolling.
Yeah, I think momentum's going to be a big thing for the Bronx. Just holding on to this lead and holding on through the last 2 quarters of this game.
Really just tempted it. I mean, even if Jackson comes out and has a really slow quarter, this lead might be just a little insurmountable for the Star Valley Braves.
This is a big lead. If you're watching on our YouTube channel, you see the video. We got the score of 41-18 as we start the third. That's a big lead. Jackson on pace to score 82 points this game. Well, we'll see if they can keep it rolling. We'll be back right after this for the start of the third quarter. You're enjoying Bronx basketball at Jackson Hole Radio Sports Network.
Live coverage of Jackson Hole High School Bronx basketball is brought to you in part by the Elk Country Inn. Coming May of 2020, the Elk Country will offer new rooms and amenities. The new expansion will bring a brand new indoor-outdoor swimming pool, indoor and outdoor spas, a new dining area with complimentary breakfast, conference facilities, and so much more. Located on Pearl Street, you'll be able to leave the car and walk to Jackson's greatest shopping, dining, entertainment, bars, and breweries. Live like a local at the new Elk Country Inn, coming this May.
This is KZ95 with live coverage of the Jackson Bronx.
Back to the Danny Mayer broadcast booth. Get set for the second half here. Jackson with a big lead over their arch rival Star Valley Braves. And maybe this is it. This is the year Jackson gets Star Valley off their back, and this certainly feels like a game where Jackson's making a statement about the entire season and a march towards maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, but a lot of people were talking about a state title for this Bronx team early in the year. It didn't look that way against Teton or even Pinedale, but it looks like it tonight.
Yeah, I mean, they're up on Star Valley pretty convincingly here. I mean, they're really sending a message to the state that we are here to play.
Seb Brunner is back in the game for Jackson with those 3 fouls. Horsley guarding him. Seb gets a pick from Keelan, and I'll work it here to the near angle. Floats one into Hannah. What a beautiful pass. Hannah goes up and in. Good job by Andrew. Andrew did not immediately go up with it. He waited to get his defender in the air.
Oh, my goodness.
Rejected.
Andrew Hanna making his presence felt. Seb Brunner will get the inbounds pass here from Gavin Keelan. Jackson comes out of the locker room looking like the same team that went in. Seb Brunner, Horsley to guard him. Seb floats one into Hannah. Hannah at the high post. Jacob Hodges on him. Now a triple team. Gets it out to Larson. Isaac Larson will drive the lane. Out to Seb Brunner. He'll Euro step in. Oh, and he can't get it. Seb with a nice drive down the lane. He took about 8 steps. He did it the legal way. And P.J. Horsley with an answer at the other end for Star Valley. It was 7 minutes, just 1 minute into the second half. It's 43-20. Jackson with a big lead.
Yeah, that's P.J. Horsley's first 2 for the game.
Boy, I thought he had been pretty quiet. Hannah hands off to Keelan. Gavin Keelan puts a stutter step on Taft McClure and now works it back out to Seb Brunner. Seb working on Horsley. Beat him. And a pass to Hannah. Shot no good, but he'll go to the line. He's fouled. It'll be Hodges who picks up his 3rd. I think, oh no, he might have found somebody else. It is Hodges, his 3rd. And Hannah will go to the line where sometimes I feel bad for the backboard when Andrew Hannah's shooting free throws. I hope he doesn't hurt anything. And he misses that one. But the only thing Superman can't do, this is his kryptonite, the unguarded 15-footer. He'll try his second here. He's shooting at about 53% on the year, but he's hasn't hit any yet from the line today. He gets that one. Andrew Hannah.
Don't mind that jinx there.
Yeah, I'll do that again next time, Andrew, when you're up there. I'll say how bad you are. Here's Tayson Johnson, double team, triple team, and gets it to Taft McClure. McClure will try a baseline shot. No good, but Keelan gets a piece of him. Gavin didn't think so.
Just what you were saying about Keelan, about being a big player who really likes to play on the perimeter and put a move on. I mean, we're seeing the same thing from Taft McClure here, making it a really great matchup here today.
Yeah, those two on each other, I think, is going to be great. Taft McClure is a big guy, 6'5", and so is Keelan, although McClure looks a little taller than him. He gets the first one, 44-21. But that's the subplot, the show within a show tonight is Keelan and McClure have really battled it out. The second one from Taft rattles in and out. Hannah with the rebound up to Brunner. He wants to push the pace but doesn't have any friends with him, so wait a minute. He'll hold on, puts on a dribbling clinic, kicks it inside, kick out to Keelan. He'll try a 3.
Another 3, Gavin Keelan.
Unstoppable.
Taft McClure got out there as fast as he could, but it wasn't fast enough.
Keelan gets his 5th 3 of the game.
Wow. Luke Linford answers, uses the glass there to put in the 15-footer, and it's 47-23. Back and forth we go. Seb Brunner with PJ on him. Horsley's been guarding him most of the game when Brunner's been in there. Brunner lost the handle, stolen away. Star Valley. Hodges comes up with the loose change, hands off to Linford. Luke Linford. He'll put up a 15-foot shot right in the middle there. Good, Luke Linford. And it's 47-25. Jackson has to answer here. You feel momentum is up for the grabbing. Seb Brunner, nice dish to Hannah to a wide open Larson. Ooh, Isaac Larson drains it. Timeout. And that one's going to be called by Coach Hatfield. Not a bad time. It'll be a short one. We'll stay here. Jackson is doubled up on Star Valley now score-wise, 50-25. That shot from Larson was worth the price of admission to 3, but I love the kick out. Just finding Jackson doing such a good job all season long, really finding the open man. It's just the shots haven't gone, but they are tonight. If you could just bank some of this, save it for the next game, which is tomorrow, by the way.
Jackson doubling the score of Star Valley here halfway through the third, 50-25.
Both teams break the huddle after the timeout. Jackson's been just fine here in the third quarter so far as Luke Linford, the 6'4" senior, works the ball inbounds to his guard mate, P.J. Horsley. Pass inside, loose for a moment. Whose ball? Tayson Johnson lost the handle. Gavin Keelan reached in to help it, pry it loose. But they're going to give it to Star Valley. Keelan thought he had a steal for a moment. Linford will inbounds for Star Valley. Bounce pass into Taft McClure. Keelan on him, of course, out here at the far elbow. McClure is going to try baseline. Now over the top of Keelan. No good. And that's Gavin Keelan playing good defense. Does not commit a foul and does not let McClure get a clean shot. Jackson ball. Isaac Larson pass to Keelan. Too hot to handle. He didn't know Gavin was that close to him, but Gavin tracks it down, gets the ball. Gavin Keelan all by himself with 3 players on him. Up and no, and he'll draw the charge. They're going to say Tayson Johnson had his feet set. That was Gavin Keelan just putting the team on his back for a moment.
Keelan drew the charge himself earlier, and yet he finds himself running into somebody here to get his own.
His second foul, team second here in the second half. P.J. Horsley with A.J. Fowler on him. A.J. now in the game. Hodges all the way cross court to McClure. Good job putting his man in the air, and now the shot going. Luke Linford put his defender in the air and hits a long 2 to make it 50-27. Seb Brunner up across the line. Here's where the Bronx have to keep their cool and just answer bucket for bucket. Seb Brunner drives the lane. Seb Brunner.
He shot that ball while parallel to the ground. Yeah, what a play by number 1.
Seb will head to the line. The foul is on Jacob Hodges. That's his 4th, and he's the guy they can ill afford to lose. Hodges is averaging 11.7 points, 8.8 rebounds. Both those stats lead his team. Brunner cannot convert the 3 play there, so Jackson will be content with a 52-47 lead, but they got Hodges out of the game, which is good news. Pass inside to Croy Jenkins, a whistle and a push off on Larson, perhaps. That would be Isaac's 3rd, and he'll come out now. Carson Harlan in. So Coach Hatfield has the luxury of shuffling in 3 guards anytime he wants, as long as Brunner can stay out of foul trouble. Star Valley with the ball. Taft McClure, baseline to Luke Linford. He's shifty, almost got away from Seb Brunner. McClure drives the paint, puts one up. Gavin Keelan all over him, and a whistle. Keelan says, I didn't touch him. But they will call Keelan on the push-off. He's playing strong defense, and you're going to draw those now and then. That's his 3rd. Foul trouble could be something as we get to the 4th quarter. Taft McClure to the line, a 68% free throw shooter. That's the best on the Braves team, and he's got that one.
Not very often you see the tallest player on the team also happening to be their best free throw shooter. Very impressive by Taft McClure here. As he nails both of them.
Gets both. Star Valley does have an answer here in the 3rd. Seb Brunner, an important possession here from the Bronx, as they've got to come up with something. Seb Brunner watched carefully by Cooper Lancaster. Lost the handle momentarily, gets it back. He's got a player over the top of him. Puts up his shot, no good, and now the ball's out of bounds off the top of the backboard. I thought Brunner was going to draw the foul on Tayson Johnson, who had just crawled over the top of him. But he did not. Willis Witherite seeing his first action. He'll replace Keelan with his 2 fouls. And up court comes Cooper Lancaster, the freshman. Near side here to Luke Linford, now to Taft McClure. Inside pass to Tayson Johnson, working on Hannah, up and in. And that's Tayson Johnson. Yeah, He's really good in that low post. He's given away some inches to Hannah, but it didn't matter. He got Hannah going the wrong way. Hannah going right, and Johnson went left, puts it up and in. Andrew Hannah double team, now triple teamed, loses the handle, and suddenly Star Valley, that might have been a travel, no.
Push off on Carson Harlan.
Carson Harlan with a foul.
First of the game.
Jackson has been without a bucket here for a little while, as they got off to a fast start out of the locker room here to start the third, and now not going the right way. Star Valley with a bit of an answer. They trail by 21, but it's been a bigger lead than that for Jackson at times.
Jackson having that slow third quarter that we've grown way too familiar with this year.
Tayson Johnson, inside pass to Croy Jenkins. Back to Tayson Johnson. Hannah on him. Doesn't want to try this time and kicks it back out to McClure. Witherite guarding him. Taft McClure. Now Hannah comes out to pick him up. And it's Cooper Lancaster. He'll drive up and in. Cooper Lancaster really quick to the rack. Went right by A.J. Fowler to make it even closer, and Seth Brunner with the answer.
Yeah, that's Cooper Lancaster's first points on the game.
Jackson up 54-33, 2:38 to go. Who had that last basket? Was it?
That was Seth Brunner with a little floater in the mid-range. With the lane violation right after, Lancaster appeared to step over as he was inbounding it.
Seth Brunner will inbounds underneath his own basket, huffing and puffing there, hands on hips. He's a little gassed. Tries to find somebody open, finally gets it to Keelan. Gavin Keelan walks right around Croy Jenkins. His shot, though, no good in the paint. Tayson Johnson with the rebound. Here come the Braves. Good move by Keelan to beat Croy Jenkins, but just couldn't make it work in the end. Nice reverse layup try, no good from P.J. Horsley. Rebound Jackson. They come the other way. Brunner into Hannah. He's open for a moment. Now Jenkins over the top of him. They won't give him that shot. Tayson Johnson. That's twice now Johnson's landed on a Bronx player. And Tayson comes up limping a little bit.
Jumping all over Hannah, trying to make up for the height difference there.
It's the third team foul on Star Valley. Tayson Johnson's second. Brunner will inbounds. Back Fairbairn to the game now. Thought he was going to get that pass, but he didn't. And it's Keelan with a long three from the near angle. Can't get it to go. And tracking it down, and what a save.
Carson Harlan.
Real nice save by Carson Harlan. And now the ball goes ping-ponging around and into the hands of Star Valley. Hannah and Keelan. Hannah had the ball bounce off his hands. Neal works it to Taft McClure, puts a man in the air. His shot, no, too short. Rebound Keelan, but he fought his own man for it. Fairbairn, and loses the handle. And now Star Valley converts. And too bad there. The Braves like what they see. 54-35, a minute 41 to go in the third, and Star Valley's got the ball again. Willis Witherite will check in for Gavin Keelan. 5 team fouls on Jackson.
McClure having a tough time from the field today, just 2 from 10 from out there.
A lot of that has been Keelan and his defense. Here is Tayson Johnson, works it to Ridge Neal. Neal hit 1-3 earlier, I think I remember. P.J. Horsley looking around. Kicks it out to Tayson Johnson. He'll try a 3, too short. Good defense by Hannah, but the putback is up and in. And Jackson getting beat on the boards now. That's never a good sign. Here's Seb Brunner. Witherite sets a pick. Seb drives, kick out. Fairbairn from distance, no good. Rebound, Hannah with a putback. Andrew Hannah with a very important basket. You sense things were trying to turn, but Hannah was there. Long 3 from Cooper Lancaster, no good. Andrew Hannah with a rebound. 21 has come to play. Seb Brunner over the line, and not in a big hurry here. Jackson with a huge lead, but watching it kind of get chiseled away a bit. Reach in, jump ball or a foul. They're going to call a foul on Lancaster. The freshman reaching in, try to pull it away from Seb Brunner, and he'll draw his second, team 4th.
this has not been Lancaster's days. He's 1 for 5 from 2 and missed 2 threes earlier.
A lot of the Braves are just off on shooting right now. Fairbairn with a pass to Carson Harlan. That went nowhere. Witherite tracks it down, but it's an over and back. Timeout as Star Valley wants to group. It'll be a short one. We'll stay here as Star Valley coach Mitchell Schwab in his first year. He's got his team off to a 6-4 start. As we said earlier, Star Valley's lost 3 in a row coming into this one. And in hostile territory here in Jackson, have been treated rudely by the home team with a big first half for the Bronx. But Star Valley trying to make a little noise here. They got a good crowd behind them. 56-37 with 39 seconds left in the third.
Jackson having a relatively slower third quarter than they had in the first half, but I mean,
I don't know how you could have continued to shoot like that.
Yeah, I mean, really, it would be really tough to continue that shooting regardless, but I mean, Star Valley down by 19 here, still chipping away, trying to get back in this.
Jackson has got, we see our first look at Drew Griebel in the game now. And also with Willis Witherite. So a couple of players in, some of it due to foul stuff. Maybe some due to the fast pace of this game. It has been up and down. Taft McClure inside pass and a nice shot. Cooper Lancaster. Good job there as Star Valley converts. Seb Brunner with the ball. 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Brunner trying to get a pick from Witherite. Can't get one. Now he feeds it into Willis Witherite. His shot up and good. Willis Witherite with a big bucket, making it 58-39. At a timeout. Oh, it travels, sorry. Travels Star Valley. Jackson ball. Good job by Witherite. Little give and go with Seb Brunner there. He almost mishandled the pass as Brunner handed it to him in tight, but Witherite found the handle and calmly put it up and in. 9.8 seconds. Jackson trying for a last shot here. Get it into Seb Brunner. Seb watched by Cooper Lancaster. Into Andrew Hanna. He's double teamed, so he hands it off to Brunner. Clock ticking. Got to put something up here. Seb does, and it's no good. So that's how the third quarter ends. We'll come right back with the score. Jackson 58, Star Valley 39. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on the home of the Bronx, Jackson Hole Radio.
Jackson Lumber, the board store, Jackson's oldest business and only true lumber yard in town. Jackson Lumber's hardware people are the best in the business, and they do it right the first time. Jackson Lumber works with people who make a living building, so the tools they sell are definitely the best hand tools and power tools available, with names like Vestool, Milwaukee, Makita, Skillsaw, Senco, Fine, and DeWalt. Jackson Lumber, the board store at 130 South Gromont. Call 733-6000, 733-6000.
You're watching and listening to live coverage of Jackson Hole High School sports on KZ95.
Fun basketball game. Of course, it's always fun when you're winning. We're back courtside as we start the fourth quarter. Another 8 minutes on the board. Can Jackson hang out? Boy, this does not look like the same Bronx team that lost to Teton 2 weeks ago that barely beat Pinedale. They look good tonight.
They're really living up to the potential of all those shot creators making threes on the perimeter.
The way they're playing tonight, I mean, they could beat anybody, and that includes East. We're coming for you as the layup there by Wetzel won't go. Rebound, Cooper Lancaster. They're going to say, yeah, his X-Man wanted to travel, but what we get is the tie-up. Arrow does favor Jackson, so it's...
Unlike the girls' game.
Bronx ball, yeah. Every jump ball goes to Star. That's just the rule. I'll have to look that up, but it's somewhere in the Wyoming State.
Doesn't feel that believable.
Seb Brunner with that oppo lay-in. He's so good at that. He's a right-hander, but he'll go to the left side of the basket and put it up with his right hand. He did it there, got the basket, but they're going to say he was fouled on the trip there, so the basket will not count. 58-39. It's Star Valley's Uh-oh, that was an errant pass. Goes to Tayson Johnson, and he slips. That'll be a travel on Tayson, and he might be hurt. Boy, he had an uncontested runaway. He had Hannah, I believe it was, hounding him. If somebody was following him from behind, and he got worried.
He heard Hannah's footsteps behind him. I think he got a little spooked.
I think he did. He did too. He just sort of collapsed and committed the travel. Here's full court pressure from the Braves. It worked a little bit earlier. This time Jackson tries to break it. Gavin Keelan with the ball. Works out of the trap by passing it to Brunner. Seb kicks baseline. Wetzel, he puts a move on out to a wide open Keelan. His three, no good. Wetzel with the board. That's his fourth, I believe. And he hits Hannah for the basket. Palmer Wetzel with the rebound and a beautiful feed to Andrew Hannah, who converts. Wetzel's been strong on the glass tonight. Cooper Lancaster to Horsley, almost stolen by Brunner. PJ drives the lane. Little 12-foot floater is good. Star Valley always seems to have an answer. They show token pressure here, but they'll back off. Seb Brunner with the ball. He scares a lot of guys when he's. Oh, he looked like he traveled. His shot's no good anyway. And the visitors sure wanted a walk there. Tayson Johnson with the rebound. PJ Horsley works it far side. Horsley's gotten hot here in the second half. At least he didn't score in the first. There's Taft McClure, pass intended for Tayson Johnson, but getting a hand on it was Isaac Larson, and he's going to pick up a foul for his trouble. His fourth, and Coach Hatfield looks up at the board, sees that, and he might tap somebody on the bench. We'll see. Not yet, he doesn't. Johnson to the line. He's a 50% free throw shooter. The 6'4" sophomore out of Star Valley. Takes a long look at the basket. Puts it up, and he's no good. Short black hole got in his head. Substitution, Jackson, or Star Valley. Our first look at Zane Hedges, the sophomore. He's their three-ball guy, by the way. Keep an eye on 44. Hedges leads the team in three-point shooting. And that's probably why he's in now. That's short as well, but the rebound is Taft McClure. Star Valley gets another look. Zane Hedges kick out to Taft. McClure with Keelan on him as he has been all game. Taft McClure, pretty good dribbler for a big guy. Puts up a 20-footer, no good. And the rebound whistle, and they're going to get a push off on Tayson Johnson, who ran away from the ref as if he was running away from the ball. He's like, I don't even want to hear it. His third. Horsley checks out for Star Valley. Jacob Hodges back in. Hodges has been uncharacteristically cold tonight, their leading scorer. Seb Brunner, bounce pass to Gavin. Hannah, hands off to Larson. Behind the back pass, and Keelan wasn't ready for it. Gavin in all kinds of trouble. Loose ball now. Everybody fighting for it. Refs letting them play, and finally will blow the whistle. Oh, and this Star Valley crowd does not like it, as they're going to get Cooper Lancaster. You could have called 4 fouls in there, Alexander. They called 1 on the visiting team.
That was Tayshawn Johnson. That would be his 4th.
Called that awfully late there.
Well, I thought they got Lancaster, but that is the 7th team foul. So Jackson in the bonus now. Larson will go to the line, and as we said, he has been perfect so far in the season in a limited sample size. He's got this. 61-41, the Jackson lead back to 20. Larson now 2 for 2 this season from the line.
This Star Valley crowd not too familiar with being down like this.
No, not too happy with the Zebras either. Larson's got them both. 62-41, Jackson the lead, 5:50 to go in regulation. And there's Zane Hedges, their 3 guy, but Wetzel's on him, and he's quite a bit taller. Long one from Taft McClure, no good. Tayson Johnson with the board and bucket, though. Seb Brunner with the basketball. Pressure here. They're trying to trap Seb. They do, but he gets it out of there with a pass to Keelan. Gavin Keelan to an open Larson. Wide open Wetzel. Baseline 3. Too short. Rebound. Larson fights for it, and it's going to go into the hands of McClure. The referee's letting him play. Or the hands of Tayson, rather. Bounce pass to Hedges. His shot no good, but he's fouled on the way there. And fouls beginning to be an issue. Both teams with 7 at this point. And that one on Palmer Wetzel. He's got one to give, though. He doesn't have any. That's his first. Zane Hedges to the line, the 5'9" sophomore, 54% from the line so far this season. Try to cut into the lead a little bit. And he cannot hit it. Star Valley is going to lead a lot more than just 1 point at a time. Jacob Hodges' foul trouble is a big reason why the Braves have not got as many points at this point. He has been benched for a lot of the game. And now Tayson Johnson out. Hedges' back end is good. Star Valley cuts it to 28. Or 18, sorry, 18-point lead. Gavin Keelan, nice drive there. Gavin, with a move of a big man, has the answer for Jackson. Star Valley shot no good. Rebound Hanna to Brunner. Brunner going all the way, and he's hacked down. Seb Brunner is knocked hard to the ground. He'll go to the line. Seb's okay.
There's some frustration behind that foul from Lancaster.
True enough. Cooper Lancaster.
That's his fourth.
A little bit upset. The 6-foot freshman, his fourth foul, and he got his money's worth on that one. Seb to the line. What has he done? I think he's 1 for 2.
Nah,
he hasn't hit one yet from the line, has he?
Yeah, 0 for 2 so far.
Yeah, he missed that one.
Convert this time.
Usually a better free throw shooter. What we've seen tonight, Seb on the season, a 69% from the line, but he's pointless from the stripe so far. He's got that one, though. And the lead back to 21 for Jackson. P.J. Horsley with Brunner on him. Far side, Zane Hedges. Bounce pass inside to Jacob Hodges. He'll try one over Hanna. No way. Andrew Hanna, too much for Jacob. But Star Valley with a rebound. Taft McClure. He picks up a triple team up and in. Taft McClure doing it all by himself a little bit. Jackson doesn't want to commit a foul there. McClure up and over 3 guys to make that basket. Seb trapped, but he gets it into Wetzel to an open Hanna. Wide open Larson. He'll try the 3. No good. Rebound far side to Croy Jenkins. Good job by Jackson to move the ball around, find the open man. Taft McClure, a little 15-footer. That goes at a timeout. And, boy, I would have thought that was Hatfield to stop the Mo, but it's not. It's Star Valley with the timeout as they want to discuss a strategy for getting back in it. We'll go with them. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on Jackson Hole Radio.
Experience Jackson Hole like a local while staying at the Antler Inn, Elk Country Inn, Cowboy Village Resort, or 49er Inn and Suites. With the best entertainment, dining, shopping, bars, and brews all in walking distance, you'll never want to leave. Call 1-800-4-TETONS or find them on the web at townsquareinns.com.
Your home for Jackson Hole High School sports is KZ95. Let's get back to the game.
Whenever you hear the banging of microphones, that's usually Liam McPeak. I want to make sure everybody knows he's tossing his headset around.
It's such an electric game. I can't keep up with it all.
You're too excited. 65-48, Jackson leads. Time is now the enemy of Star Valley as they're in danger of losing their 4th straight game of the season. 4:09 to go in the 4th. Jackson basketball. Keelan will inbounds with McClure on him and full court pressure dialed up by the Braves. Keelan to Brunner, up ahead to Larson, and a hand on it by Zane Hedges, but it goes out of bounds off him. So Jackson basketball. Jackson's done so many good jobs. You can look at what the Bronx and they've done a good job of beating the pressure in the press. It hasn't really bothered them. Seb Brunner in no hurry here as he directs traffic still in the backcourt. And finally over the line to Hanna. Hanna, his pass to Palmer Wetzel. He gets upended by Croy Jenkins. Now Jenkins bumps into him again, and Wetzel just got introduced to varsity basketball as the sophomore's been knocked around a little. And now Gavin Keelan will inbounds right in front of the coaches with Taft McClure, who has been glued to his grill right there. And now he gets it inbounds to Brunner with P.J. Horsley watching him closely. Seb gets a pick from Hannah, squeezes through a thin little hole there and didn't squeeze all the way through as he coughed it up. McClure picked up the loose change, and it'll be a whistle and what they call there.
Jump ball.
Oh, whoa. All right then. Arrow favors Star Valley. Boy, I don't know about that, but it might have saved Brunner, who had lost the handle. Taft McClure, Keelan's been on him all game long. Those two know each other well. McClure will try it. No good. Good defense by Gavin Keelan. Brunner's in trouble here, but he tracks down the loose ball. Working on Horsley on the baseline. He's out of bounds. Good job by Horsley to just give him no room, and Seb dribbles out of bounds. 3:24 to go. Star Valley can be happy with the turnover, but right now they need points.
If I'm Coach Hatfield, I'm telling this Jackson team to slow it down. The time is big a factor as it is right now.
No reason to be in a hurry. Jacob Hodges up and over Hannah, who did not want to play defense there. And he makes the shot, 65-50. Star Valley has cut it to 15. Larson will go to the line here as the foul is on Ridge Neild, his first, team 9th. So we'll be at the line for the rest of the way. Isaac Larson, not a guy you want there if you're Star Valley's. Pretty good free throw shooter.
Yeah, 2 for 2 for today. Lefty
lines it up and puts it through. That lead back up to 16, 66-50. Going to be an exciting 3-minute finish here. 3:08 to go. Star Valley not going anywhere. A lot of noise. Larson misses it, but gets his own rebound.
I jinxed him.
Jackson with another look at it. And Seb Brunner will go to the line now. Foul on Ridge Neild. Picks up a quick second. It'll send Seb Brunner to the line. Both teams shoot the free throws fairly good, with some exceptions. Brunner, a good free throw shooter, not having the best night tonight, but he's got that one. And he waits till they count. Cooper Lancaster will check back in for Star Valley. He'll replace P.J. Horsley. So it'll be Lancaster's job to watch number 1 for Jackson, as Star Valley's been in man pretty much all game. Brunner with the back end here could add to the lead. It's already 17, and he does. 68-50, Jackson with 3 minutes to go in regulation.
Brunner 60% from the free throw line today.
They fixed those numbers in a hurry. Taft McClure pass into Jacob Hodges. His shot no good. Hannah got a piece of it, I believe. Now it comes all the way in the backcourt, but it's okay. It was touched last by Jackson. Neild to Cooper Erickson. He'll try a long three, too short. Rebound, Neild. Nobody saw him, nobody found him, and nobody guarded him. Ridge Neild came in for the rebound and put it in an easy layup. 2:40 to go. Jackson still has that lead, though. 68-52. Keelan inbounds to Brunner. That ball tipped away by Lancaster, who pleads his case.
That's his 5th.
He says, I got all ball, and the referees say, you're done for the night. That's his 5th, as Liam points out. And they'll have to go get him, and they'll replace him with Luke Linford.
Luke Linford, someone we haven't seen in a while. One of the key players for this team. He's been on the bench for quite a while now.
He was hot early, and he's been, I say he's been quiet, but he's been sitting.
Yeah, he was, before he got taken out of the game, he was 3 for 5, had 6 points.
Hard to make an impact from the bench.
Him and Jacob Hodges had to sit much of that first half. Here's Seb Brunner to the line and rolls one in and out. No good for the first. According to the stats, though, he should make this one, if you can believe numbers.
Ball little law averages here.
Seb with the back end. He's good. 69-52. Jackson wants a timeout. We'll go with him. With 2:39 to play the 4th, it's Jackson 69, Star Valley 52. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on Jackson Hole Radio.
At High Country Linens Paper and Cleaning
Let's get back to the live action on KZ95. Here's Jake Nichols.
Back to the action, back to the Danny Mayer broadcast booth here in Jackson. Star Valley basketball. We've seen our first look at Christian Lack for the Bronx. He's in for his defense, perhaps. Not Star Valley with the ball. Taft McClure inside, bounce pass to Jacob Hodges. Can't get it to go, but the tap in by Croy Jenkins is good, and Star Valley cuts the lead to 15. Jackson with the ball, pass to Hanna, now finds an open Lack out to Seb Brunner. He'll try a three, no good. Rebound is Star Valley. Good job on the boards by Jacob Hodges. Taft McClure drives the lane. His shot won't go, but he'll head to the line as he's fouled on the trip. Good open look there from Brunner. That three could have buried things for Star Valley. Just couldn't get it.
Could not get it to fall. I mean, you're absolutely right. Would have been the dagger in this game.
Taft McClure to the line, as you pointed out. Xander, pretty good free throw shooter for a guy who's 6'5". Gavin Keelan looks hurt. He's holding his right calf, his hamstring. Keelan's coming out, and he's not walking right.
We'll go visit the trainer over there.
Headed right to the trainer. What a game he's had. McClure made the first one, by the way. His back end is good. Taft McClure.
5 for 6.
Yeah, that sounds right. Jackson with the ball. Inbounds pass coming from Christian Lack, who is in the game.
McClure, despite being 4 from 14 from the field, is Star Valley's leading scorer today with 13.
Seb loses the handle. Brunner, and the shot no good. Way off the mark by Linford. Rebound Isaac Larson to Seb Brunner. Brunner's got to take care of this basketball. Kicks it out to Wetzel. His three blocked. But out of bounds by Tayson Johnson. Johnson did a good job to get there in a hurry. Wetzel thought he had an open baseline three, but Johnson come out of nowhere to make the block, but he knocks it out of bounds. Jackson ball. $1.50, and as you said, Xander, no reason to score or even try too much here. With no shot clock, just possess the ball. Isaac Larson has it now. Larson back to Seb Brunner. Brunner guarded by Taft McClure. Now to Larson. He gets it. Yeah, Larson's not in a hurry. Isaac works it to Wetzel. Inside to Hanna. Lost the handle. And another turnover for Jackson as Taft McClure, who picked up the loose change with a bucket and a half. It's Star Valley. Shot Ridge Nealed, and Nealed is good. That's a two-pointer, and it's an 11-point game. Seb Brunner full court press here. Isaac Larson dribbles his way out of it with McClure all over his back. And a whistle and a timeout or a foul. I think they might have got McClure. He was just riding his man, and they will.
McClure's first foul of the game, surprisingly.
Can't believe that.
Yeah, considering Star Valley has 10 fouls now to Jackson's 8. To the line is not the guy you want to put there. Isaac Larson trying to add to an 11-point lead and misses the front end. Substitutions. Keelan is back in there. That's good news. And so is Croy Jenkins, the 6'5 senior for the Braves.
Big for Jackson here is that 10th foul makes the bonus go from a 1-for-1 to 2 shots right here.
Yeah, double bonus. Both missed, but Keelan with a rebound. Seb Brunner, triple team. Where's the jump ball? Brunner does not like Taft McClure right now. And I don't know if there was enough there for any kind of a technical or anything. The referee is pointing Jackson's way, but is that a timeout or what? Yeah, timeout.
Hatfield got that timeout off.
That's the referee's fault. That was a jump ball for a while there. And I like the way the refs have let him play, but when you got one guy with 3 guys on him and all of them have their hands on the ball, that's a jump ball.
Yeah.
And if you don't whistle it, you're just asking for trouble, and trouble was Seb Brunner. Almost wanted to pop Taft McClure one. But Seb kept his cool, just sort of gave him a shoulder shiver and A timeout by Hatfield just to cool his troops down. If you're not going to get a whistle, you better call a timeout, I guess. Good timeout by Hatfield. There's a minute 10, by the way. 70 seconds Star Valley has to erase an 11-point lead. Give the Braves credit. They've come back from more than 20 at times to make it an 11-point game and have made this exciting. You know, and it's Braves-Bronx. It's never going to be one-sided. Usually, they're going to play hard to the end. Gavin Keelan, look at the inbounds here. Gets it to Isaac Larson. We'll see if Star Valley feels they have to foul right away. Keelan with the ball, kicks it over to Hannah, to Brunner. Brunner trying to get around Hodges, and he draws a crowd. Wherever Seb has the ball, a lot of people get there quickly. Hodges was there, Neild was there, and Croy Jenkins was there. Any of the three could have committed the foul, but it's Hodges, and he's done. Jacob Hodges, Star Valley's leading scorer, never really got on track, at least not by his standards. And he's done for the night. Seb Brunner, who had 3 fouls in the first quarter we thought would foul out early, has not. And he gets a shooter's roll there to make it 70-58.
Brunner hasn't had a foul since that first quarter when he sat down. He's done a great job of keeping him in control since then.
Yep. Seb's second, no good. Rebound, though. Gavin Keelan gets it. Went off the hands of Croy Jenkins. Now stolen by Star Valley. Croy Jenkins with the layup. The senior makes it 70-60, a 10-point game. Keelan's inbound pass there.
Keelan was looking to call a timeout there, but the ref is not there to see it.
Timeout by Hatfield.
Timeout was gotten off. Great to see.
Yeah, is this one down to a 10-point game? Boy, is 10 points a big enough lead with 48 seconds? I would think so, but why do I feel it isn't?
I mean, with how careless Jackson's been with the ball in the last few possessions, it's easy to see why Star Valley could still have a chance to get back in this game. But, I mean,
yeah.
Either way, 10 points is a lot to score in under a minute.
Yeah, you got to take better care of the ball. I mean, Star Valley can create some traps. I've watched them. For most of the game, Star Valley played just an average defense. But every once in a while, they'll come out of the huddle, come out of a break, and Coach Mitchell Schwab will have them playing some kind of super defense.
Yeah.
And they have, for much of the second half, they've had to do it. That takes a lot out of you, though, if you're the Braves. But they have played really good defense in these final 16 minutes. Jackson ball, Gavin Keelan will inbounds. Jackson's got to go all the way here down the court as full court pressure on. They try to trap Isaac Larson. And a reach-in foul. Star Valley doesn't like that. Good job by Coach Hatfield to make sure it was Larson they fouled as he received the pass from Keelan and draws the reach-in. And really, it's Star Valley's only chance now is to send the Bronx to the line and hope for misses. 45.5 seconds in regulation. Jackson's 20-point lead has been cut in half. Isaac Larson's good there, though.
Carson Harlan.
Yeah.
Oh, so Carson Harlan.
Harlan drills his first.
Harlan, his second for the line, is off the back of the iron. No good. Taft McClure with the rebound. McClure's got to push the pace here.
Great Euro by Taft.
Euro down the lane. And Taft McClure makes it a 9-point lead. That's the closest Star Valley has gotten tonight. And they'll call another timeout. 38 seconds. This one far from over. Coach Hatfield trying to encourage his boys, saying, hey, this is ours. Always has been from the opening whistle. Don't worry. The 5 sitting will be the 5 they send out. And that's Brunner, Harlan, Keelan, Wetzel, and Hannah. Jackson done a good job of spreading the scoring around.
Yeah, if I'm Coach Hatfield, I put my best defenders in there now because we cannot let Star Valley get some points here.
It's all about defense. Jackson is the #1 team, or #1 defensive team as far as points allowed. #2 in rebounding. And showing it tonight as far as the defense, although 62 points surrendered would be on the high side. for Jackson.
A very high scoring game here.
Yeah.
Just as anticipated.
Fun.
Absolute fireworks show tonight.
Can't wait for the rematch in Star Valley down in Afton. We'll do that in a few weeks. Gavin Keelan with inbounds, and of course full court pressure from Star Valley. See what they have drawn up. Seb Brunner shook loose, but too early. Keelan hadn't had the ball. Now he's going to fire to Seb. Seb's fouled immediately by Taft McClure, and he'll go to the line. Those two have seen a little bit of each other, and they're still jawing back and forth. McClure now trying to get into Seb's head as he has to go to the line to shoot two. Not a bad idea to chirp him a bit before he heads to the stripe.
McClure still jawing at him while at the line.
Jackson sends nobody up in the blocks.
See if Brunner's affected here. Evidently not.
Seb says, keep talking.
The crowd loves that one.
Willis Witherite getting ready to check back in for Jackson. As Seb's second, no good. He went for his own rebound, but a whistle and
lane violation there by Seb. Stepped over the line before that ball hit.
Yeah. Fouled his shot a little too quickly. Star Valley ball, 10-point lead for Jackson with 33 seconds. Quick shot from Ridge Neild. He's their three-ball guy. No good. Rebound Seb Brunner. He gets attacked immediately. No call. Croy Jenkins picks up the loose change, and it's an 8-point game. Seb wanted a foul, didn't get it, as he was virtually attacked by three Braves players. I'm surprised. I like to see him play. That's cool. But it will be a foul. And send Jenkins to the line for a chance for a three-point play here.
Hatfield subbing in, alternating between free throw shooters and defense here, trying to find that balance.
Good point out. Star Valley now made it 72-65 with 25 seconds left. What a comeback by the Braves. Gavin Keelan will try to inbounds. You want a free throw shooter to go with. It could be Brunner or Larson to see who Keelan can get it to. It's Larson, almost stolen away by Ridge Neild. Boy, that was close. And they're going to call a foul. Boy, on Neild, his fourth. I don't know that Neild made any contact at all.
Yeah, it almost looked like he stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, well, that'll send Larson to the line. Some funny officiating towards the end here, and certainly Star Valley doesn't like it. Isaac Larson to the line. He's been good tonight, a lefty. Off the back of the iron, no good, and boy, Jackson needs him now. 23 seconds. The lead is 7. That's the closest the Braves have got. Larson, a chance to make it an 8-point game. Isaac fires it, can't get it, and he might have committed a lane violation foul his shot as well. Either way, it's Star Valley ball.
Witherite checking back into the game for that defensive help here.
Yep. Jackson dialing up full court here as they try to press a bit. Now they're going to back off. Taft McClure with the ball up over Gavin Keelan. His three, no good. Rebound, Seb Brunner. He just wants to run with it. Now he tries to find a quiet space, and he does for a moment, but then he's fouled by Luke Linford. Seb, yeah, Linford got his money's worth. Seb was just trying to go somewhere where he could hide and run clock, but Linford said, oh, no, you don't. It'll send.
With that late miss by McClure, it's looking like it might be too much for Star Valley to get back into this one.
They made a valiant run, but Seb has a chance to ice it here. With 11.5 seconds, Jackson leading by 7, make it 8. As Seb Brunner hits the front end of the double bonus. Jackson, nobody in the blocks now. Only Star Valley. 4 players ready to rebound as Seb Brunner takes his time, exhales, puts the shot up. No good. Rebound to Tayson Johnson. Up ahead to Ridge Neild to try a long one. Sorry, that was Luke Linford. Shot no good. Jenkins saves it by banging it off of Andrew Hanna. Hanna says, my bad. Not much he could have done about it, though. But it's too little too late for Star Valley as Taft McClure looks to inbounds. 3.8
student
seconds.
Section here waving Star Valley goodbye as this one comes to an end.
It's
Jackson
over.
wins on the street.
Wow. Jackson takes care of business. Star Valley can feel good about making a huge comeback, almost doing it.
Big break.
The Jackson Bronx was 73 total points. That's good news. Spread the scoring around. That was super good news. These two teams shake hands. They'll see each other again in Afton here in a few weeks. By the way, we haven't mentioned this is the first conference game for both these teams. First conference game, and those wins are big. Those games are big wins. So Jackson now 7-2 on the season, 1-0 in conference. We'll come right back one more time and wrap things up on the post-game show. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on Jackson Hole Radio.
Hey, I'm Allie Lane from Jackson Hole Young Life. Do you remember what it's like to be a teenager? It can be really tough trying to navigate sports, academics, relationships with family and friends, not to mention the added stress of social media, phones, and screen time. Young Life believes that every teen deserves to know that they are loved and their story matters. Young Life leaders enter the world of teens, focusing on what matters to them: fun, adventure, friendship, and a sense of significance. If you love teenagers as much as we do, there's more info at our website, jacksonhole.younglife.org, to learn more.
Let's get back to the live action on KZ95. Here's Jake Nichols.
Back to the action to wrap things up. And we'll take a look at these stats. I'm trying to update our scores. I think I have it right, but Liam's going to tell us anyway. Yeah, let's start with the home team. Jackson Bronx victorious and led by, I believe, Gavin Keelan, if I got my stuff right. Gavin had 20?
Yep.
Wow. Good boy, Gavin.
Yeah, Jackson, they definitely outbeat the Braves in every single shooting category. They were 34.8 from 3, as Star Valley was 7.1 from 3.
Oh,
Jackson
boy.
in the 2, 62.1, Star Valley 50 on the dot. And their overall target, Jackson had 48.4 and Star Valley had 28.6.
Both these teams came into this game not shooting the 3 very well. Jackson even worse, but man, that was a big difference. The guard play, Coach Hatfield said, is the guards will determine this. He might have been right to a degree, but yeah, I don't know what you call Gavin Keelan. He's just sort of a swing man. He can be both, but yeah, he was super good. Star Valley, what'd they have going? I remember some guys over there were pretty fun to watch.
Well, yeah, Taft McClure started turning it on towards the end. He wasn't that good from 2, shooting for 33%. He was 5 for 15, but man, was he lights out on the free throw line. He was 5 for 6, 83%.
How many points he finished with? Did he lead?
15, yeah, he
Star
led.
Valley? Yeah. Yeah, he had a good game. All right, player of the game for Star Valley.
All right, I'll start. Taft McClure, definitely. Just scoring most of their points. He had a few rebounds in there and shooting very well from the free throw line.
Yeah, can't go wrong there. He was pretty darn good. Jacob Hodges usually leads the way, but McClure did stand out to me. Tayson Johnson I thought was pretty good. Croy, Ridge, they were okay. What do you think, Xander? You want to go with Taft?
You know, I would, but I think he missed a lot of big shots early on that allowed Jackson to take that huge lead. Which, I mean, despite him being the leading scorer, I think I'd have to give it to a guy like Croy Jenkins. I mean, he was playing great defense today, had a few good steals, and I mean, he was in a huge part of Star Valley's comeback there at the end, which just came up short, but I got to give it to Croy Jenkins.
All right, I'm with you. Okay, let's do unanimous on the count of 3. MVP for the Jackson Bronx. 1, 2, 3.
Gavin Keelan.
Oh man, what a game! That guy showed up. He's been sort of mysterious. Yeah, in fact, I even talked to Coach off air before the game about Gavin. I'm like, he's so streaky. He's up, down. What kind of game are we going to get out of Gavin? Is he all right? And the coach is like, yeah, he's dealing with some things. We think he had a great week of practice. We think he's going to really bust out, and boy, did he. Yeah, final score once again, Jackson Bronx victorious in this one over their arch rival Star Valley Braves, 73-65 the final. And that'll wrap it up for us. Thanks so much. For Jackson Hole Radio, I'm Jake Nichols alongside Liam McPeak, Xander Witt, Kimmy K. Wishing you and yours good night from Jackson. We'll see you again tomorrow for